facts. I'ma feel you like a rep trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a Smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. The sturdy or Millie rock like a fan do. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
BROOKLYN, BROOKLYN,
When you establish a culture, that's what you do every day. That creates one thing that it's your identity.
Yeah. Shout out to Jordy Fernandez and the rest of the Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to the Nets fans because we the best fans. We got Iceman, This is JTV on the panel. Shout out to 2000 Ravens. He said Weezy snapping on the beat. Thank you, man. We try to make this an official song. You know what I'm saying? So, help us with that. Help us with that. We really trying to do that.
Yo, bro,
Iceman,
that's what I was calling you for earlier when I called you, and I forgot what I called you for. My homie sort of clip I posted on TikTok and was like, "Yo, this need a video," and he a dude that shoot videos, so I need to talk to him. But I think he want to shoot the video.
You want to shoot a video for us?
For that song?
Okay, for the intro, for the intro song.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah, I'm with that. Hell to the yes. Tell him thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Word.
Me, Ice and Ice say he got the anthem. Me, This is JTV, and Ice gonna come out with a mixtape. Gonna try to get it to y'all before the season start. We could do that. And that's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. Ice, talk to me, Ice. What's the word, man?
Y'all can hear me good on my mic sound right?
Yeah, yo, Ice. You right, you good, Ice. I wanted to talk to y'all about a few things. One of the things is Ace Bailey didn't recognize John Stockton at the motherfucking Summer League. That's crazy.
Bro, that kid is 19 years old and he not a point guard.
Yeah, he wouldn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? John Stockton, you gotta be
I don't think he's studying John Stockton game for real. I don't think people throwing him the Stockton tapes. Like, yo, you need to be like this, bro. And he wasn't allowed to see it.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I get it. And he did answer the question that way when he said, yo, I didn't recognize him because I grew up on 2000 basketball, he's 19, so that makes sense. He grew up, and that's when he was a baby, but he still would know the players as he got older. So I'll give him grace, but I still don't think he want to be there. I don't think Ace want to be there.
Right.
I feel like
once you get drafted to the Steve, somebody should have showed you who John Stockton is in the last couple weeks or something.
Introduction. Y'all give me the intro.
Right.
Let you know who the great players are.
Right.
Like for instance, what you call? No, it's not the same because Duncan and Parker didn't play the same time that John Stockton did, and not to cut Ice off because I want to hear what he's going to say, but I just wanted to mention how Dylan Harper, he say he, seen Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. They was at the, at the arena. They was at the where they, what I'm saying, his first player. And he said he's seen them around, so he knew who they was. But maybe he a little different because his father, you know what I'm saying, used to play in the NBA. So. Go ahead, Ice. I'm listening though.
Yo, I want to say the same thing happened with Jason Kidd. Somebody didn't know who Jason Kidd was.
Oh, that might sound a little crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Does it?
A little bit. I couldn't hear you.
Yo, I was saying that the same thing happened to Jason Kidd, that someone didn't know who he was. Another player, and they had to tell him to watch the film. You know what I mean?
No, honestly, it was hard for me to make out what you said, bro.
All right, I'm gonna drive off.
All right, come back though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, shout to Ice, man. Come back, Ice. But yo, Jay, again, the conversation more I wanted to have was just the professionalism and what Chris Paul said about not Chris Paul, Rich Paul about being professional, and Beasley not in the league. There's certain players that burn bridges because the
oh
change
shit.
hands,
Did you see
change the
did you
power.
see the Beasley news?
Which Beasley is.
Uh basically, remember we was talking about the fact that T Mac said that they was trying to offer 100,000, and that ain't enough for him. He needs like 250 or something like that. Like that, you gotta talk big money to
Joe
him.
Johnson, yeah, Joe Johnson, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was Joe John, but you sure it wasn't T Mac? Well, it could have been Joe
No,
John.
Joe Johnson was on the nightcap, but
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. But Young Thug apparently is managing or on the management team of Michael Beasley, and they said they got that 250 no problem. So if that's all that's holding it up, we ain't trying to hold up no money, man. Let's go.
Can y'all
yeah,
hear me now?
yeah, you
Yeah.
sound better.
Uh, so before I didn't mean to go jump back, but I was saying
Go
the
ahead, go ahead.
same thing happened to Jason Kidd when somebody didn't recognize Jason Kidd and he was coaching and they had to tell, I forget who it was, man. They told somebody to go back and watch Jason Kidd's film to see what type of point guard he was. Like they didn't know who he was coaching. You know what I'm saying? That's how young some of these folks be.
Word.
Yeah, now I forgot what I was gonna say, but
About the
uh,
y'all was on the Michael Beasley and
oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Basically, what I was gonna say is, I don't know how true it is, but I had seen Adam Silver say that it's a possibility of a 4-point line next year, and I wanted to say that's just terrible. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. You know what I mean? How y'all
Nah,
feel about that?
it's the evolution of the game, man. The game gotta evolve. It can't stay the same.
nah, I don't like it because this is already you already got you already got the whole NBA shooting threes right now. You can only imagine trying to chuck up fours in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
should
and
be
when they
wild.
missing them shits and losing, they gonna stop doing that. Only the skilled players is gonna be able to make them 4-pointers.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work. But yeah, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. But it is like Jay said, if it's evolving to that, they shooting that far anyway. So you know what I mean? Why not put
Man,
them out there?
I disagree with Adam Silver and Jay. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, man. It's the evolution of the game, man. You can't stop the evolution, man. These players are shooting for further than ever, and they gotta be rewarded for it.
Well, like yeah, that's true because Dame and Steph shooting from half court. You know what I mean? They might as well put a 4-point. They could put a 4-point joint out there, but I agree with Breezy though. Keep it
And I
basic.
told Breeze that a couple years ago because I found out that some organizations already got secret 4-point lines in their practice facilities because they knew this was coming already.
Wow.
I still think it's whack, bro. Look, the reason why I say is because again, the high percentage shot is the 2-point shot for one. For two, it's the going to be the lowest percentage shot. You're adding a lower percentage shot, like for again. So the IQ of basketball is going to be that's a good idea. No, if you're that good, you're that good. It's still 3 points. And then when it comes down to the records, it's going to be all whack. So like the players before that season all had twos, and threes, and then players after that season, the like stats gonna be inflated.
Yeah,
It's
but that's the
oversaturated.
same thing.
It's oh, hold on. It's
All the
over.
old niggas would say the
Jay,
same thing about the 3-point line.
listen, Jay. What I'm saying is they oversaturating the offense, and it's making the game bad. Period.
For all of that, we might as well just go back to Walter A. Brown's and don't Walter A. Brown trophies and no 3-point line before the ABA, and just play with 2-pointers all day. And take out the goaltending rule so you could just goaltend all day and slap the ball when people
Nope.
shooting it. Because that's how the
Nope.
rules was when
No,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was playing it. So
nah. You being extreme, bro.
no,
Like,
because I'm just
nah,
saying
yes you is, bro.
you stuck in your ways like them old
No,
niggas would have stuck in their ways
bro.
then.
Bro, again, it makes sense to. Well, let me explain something. First and foremost, I know the game. Second off, the reason why they made the 3-point is because they got it from the ABA. Part of the reason why the NBA always had the big man dominate the game is because it wasn't no 3-pointer, and the perimeter player didn't mean nothing for the most part. They changed ABA. They changed the game because of Dr. J. Dr. J was in the ABA hitting 3-pointers. What? Case in point is it wasn't about the big man dominating. The wing guy means something too, because he could hit 3-pointers. The big man that you got back then, he wasn't hitting no 3-pointers. The 3-pointers was important. And again, it's important to say that the style, the aura, the whole everything about basketball is that you can always win or lose the game. It is a game of strategy. It's just not a physical game. It's a mental game. You could ask any basketball player. They're going to tell you that this is 90. I won't say the percentage, but it's more the percentage of mental than a physical game. Bro, trust me when I tell you, adding the 4-point play is oversaturating the offense. It just got a bad rapport at the All-Star game that they almost scored 200 because everybody said it was no defense. And then you want to add a 4-point thing. You trying to pull a trick 3-card Monty on me. Hey, you just said that, we got a bad rapport because of the All-Star game and you frowned upon it. And now you want to turn around and say that you thinking that I won't even say it because I'm not promoting it. I'm not pushing it. I'm against it. I'm against that. I'm against it, bro. That's whack. You take it away from the defense. You take it away from the defense, man. No. It gives the gambling more incentives to score the points, the more points, and it's just making the game bad. You're just ruining it. And this is what I'm saying. This shit never happened before it got connected with gambling. If gambling is taking this to a place where they added 4-point play, it's terrible.
No, I'm about to say it'll ruin the kids even more. You know what I mean? They won't even be shooting at the 3-point line. Like everybody that's in 6th, 5th grade, they pulling from 4. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that should be wild.
So listen, mentally, you thinking I can tie the game if I shoot.
Gotta be a 4-level scorer at this point.
Hold on. I could tie the game if I shoot from right beside the logo. Shy the logo, I could tie the game. The defense know what's coming. Like, come on. Let Curry be great, bro. Listen.
Nah. I'm about to shoot your whole argument down there.
I don't see how.
I'm just joking, but how the hell you gonna sit here and praise Cam Thomas for all these logo 3s when they could be 4s?
Praise.
Yeah, you always be like, yeah, that's my favorite shot when Cam Thomas put the logo at the Garden. Oh my God. That wasn't a mid-range.
Bruh, that was because he needed to seal the game. It wasn't because it was from the logo.
Imagine if it was for 4 and then he got fouled. So it's a 5-point play now.
No, we didn't even need 5-point plays. We didn't even need 5 points. We didn't even need 5 points. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even need 4 points. That 3 was enough. That 3 sealed it. So we don't need the 4-point play. I'm against the 4-point play. And I'm saying the game isn't more fun or quote unquote entertaining. You're not entertaining me because they scoring more points. I'm gonna say, look at that whack ass defense. These guys need to develop their defense. Nobody can't guard nobody in the NBA. Fuck out of here. And then they setting screens right after half court to shoot a 4-point shot. You shouldn't have went down by 2 baskets in the first place, Knuckle. You wasn't playing defense. You wasn't playing defense. You down by 4 points. What you doing? You supposed to have a lead. It's the mentality. It's a weak mentality that you would need a 4-point play.
It's a flip side to every coin, man. Because if it's a 4-point play, now you got to play more defense. You got to play defense from half court, or else you might get torched, man. You got to. It's an evolution of the game, man.
And listen, if you ask me, then I'm gonna think the game rigged. If all of these dudes start just knocking 4-point plays, it's a magnet in the ball. They wilding right. They just playing with my fucking head now.
But they already shooting 4-pointers in every game, bro.
No, not every game they shooting 4-pointers. That's an
They
exaggeration.
They are, bro. All right. So did they say wherever you saw that at? Did they say how far the line is going to be?
No.
Oh, but I'm just saying they already.
I know. Hold on. Listen, this is what I want to say.
Way behind the 3-point line, like they acting like the 3-point line not there. They shooting from that far.
Listen. This is what I want to say. Then we gonna go to ice. If you gonna do that, then don't make it seem like Big 3, Ice Cube and them is doing bad business. Don't make it seem like that, because at the end of the day, when you look at the roster and who they got part of the Big 3, it's ex-NBA players, former NBA players.
You don't like the 4-point play over there?
No, that's different.
They got a 4-point shot. I like their 4-point shot. I wish it would have been a regular line, not them 2 spots, but it's still cool.
Yeah, no, I like it over there because it's a half-court game. It's more leaning towards entertainment. But at the end of the day, it's still competitive. I like 3-on-3s. To keep it real with you, I had more 3-on-3s more than I had 5-on-5s. You feel what I'm saying? So I rock with the Big 3 because of that. Now I'm saying that to say, yeah, I probably could cover more content. You know what I'm saying? That's on me. But other than that, bro, they was the first one with the 4-point play. Don't make it seem like they stepping on your toes. Excuse me, the Ice Cube and them and Big 3 and them, they not trying to step on NBA toes. I seen them in interviews keeping it real with them. Like, yo, I'm not trying to step on their toes. Like when Jaylen Brown came, he was like, yo, I appreciate that. He's just showing us love. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. And that was kind of a bold thing that he did. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Show Ice Cube love. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like, I don't see why you could take away what Ice Cube is doing with the 4-point play, because don't make it seem like it was a successful day for the Big 3. You see it as the NBA. Now you talking about implementing. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying a half-court game and a full-court game is 2 different things, man. It belongs in a half-court game, not a full-court game.
I would agree with you, Breeze, but if they had a 4-point line or a spot, it would be between half court and the 3-point line. It'll probably be right in between there. But I agree, 3-on-3 and a 4-point play, that's cool. But 5-on-5 in the NBA, yo, that's not where it's at. You know what I mean? I mean, they shooting like some people got that range right now, but you gotta imagine, like Breeze is saying, you coming down or you down by 3, and you know what I'm saying? They know you need a 4. You can either go to the 4 spot or you can try to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Now you gotta tighten your defense up.
Nah, that's still wild though, because you gotta imagine you just passing the line and you just pulling. You know what I'm saying? You pass half court and you lining the bucket up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
like niggas not doing that now.
No, they are, but that's like you know what I'm saying. That's when Paul George said Dame shot a bad shot. And that was like a 4-point play right there. You know
right. That would have been a 4-pointer right in his face. 4 points on your head top, man.
Yeah, that's crazy though. But nah, I can't see it in the NBA though. That'd be crazy.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. It's not like I'm out here wearing the shirt advocating for it, but if it happens, I'm not mad at it.
All right, cool. Let's just get through some content. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw the link in the chat soon. Nets fans is the best fans.
What the chat saying? The chat saying anything about how they feel about the 4-point line?
Man, they think it's whack, man. And and on top of that, you know what I mean? They just laughing and shit. Hold on. This is Ace Bailey saying what he said. He said, I sincerely apologize. I was born in the
Nigga
2000s.
said, how about a spelling bee for the 4-point and spelling bee for the NBA instead of a 4-point line?
He said, hold on, man. He
Yeah.
said, I was born in the 2000s. I grew up watching Kobe and LeBron, so I'm not very familiar with these players. Ace Bailey faced backlash after snubbing the Utah Jazz legend. Yeah, at the time, some of this shit. So, all right, look. Yo, I want to
Halliburton
ask,
shoot him too. Cam Thomas shoot him too.
bro, stop it.
Who else?
Stop it.
Mad players is shooting 4-point
But
deep
listen,
already, bro.
James,
But they just
but
not
hold on.
getting
No,
rewarded for shooting. Like, because
they
for
are
me,
getting rewarded.
wait. Let me say, I feel like if you taking the three, if you're trying to get a high percentage three, you should take it as close to the 3-point line as possible without stepping on the line and pulling a Kevin Durant, right? Because the same way as you saying you get as close to the basket as possible. But if you try and take a 3-pointer, you should be as close to the line as possible. Shooting further back from the line, there is absolutely no incentive to do that except for you create some space. And sometimes they don't think you gonna pull it. But if they actually give you an incentive and because they already doing it. So if you get something for it, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Ray LM said the 3-point play of Phil is enough, honestly. I'm about to throw the link in the chat. Hold on. Listen, the way I feel is like this, Jay. When it comes down to just being competitive, you don't know I got the balls made of brass balls to come down here and shoot it from damn near half court. So you ain't got nobody on you. Nobody, the defense is sleeping, for lack of better words.
Right.
You catch their defense sleeping, but if you put a big ass line right there, the defense know to play defense right there. Duh. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, nah, this shit gonna be like football.
I feel like
Hold on, Jay, hold on, Jay. Let me use this football analogy real quick. You know, like the offensive line, that's how niggas gonna be on offense, bro. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, you know how it's an extra point in football, you got to kick it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an extra point. It's going to be the 4-point play. They're going to try to have a 3-man screen right there. And there's, you know what I'm saying? They're going to put 4 people in front. That's how they're going to run their offense. Nah, hold on.
I'm just trying to counter what you're saying, because you're saying that people is sleeping on defense, and that's how they get hit with the 4-point play. Get hit with that deep. That's how you get hit with that deep three like that, because you're not expecting nobody to pull it from back there. But now, if there's a line there, you gotta play defense from half court. Ain't no lazy defense. You gotta play up in the nigga chest, or else he might pull it.
Well,
you know that.
Well,
pay that price. Pay that price because you wasn't playing defense. Pay that price. And then hold on. Go ahead. I just want to say this one thing. Yo,
go ahead.
On offense, bro, I'm setting the tone, bro. Either two things gonna happen. Either the fan, I got the fans, or I don't. The fans is gonna have that player back, bro. And if you gotta be a leader to do that. That's not just any team supposed to just have that player where he's a 4-point specialist. He's a 4 and D player. No, man. Go ahead.
He a 4 and D player. He a 3, 4 and D player. 3, 4 D player.
Legitly, I heard there's only a very little players that can shoot like that on a consistent basis, and I know 2 off my head is Steph and Dame. But other than that, man, ain't too many people. You know what I'm saying? Trey could probably do that too, but I don't think he's as consistent as Dame and Steph shooting from that far. They do it. They do that.
Actually, if you look up the stats, he's the most consistent out of all of them.
Nah, from that range though.
That's what I'm saying. I seen it in a I think it's a Cosgrove video or something like that. But he's the most consistent, and he's reaching the 3-point milestones faster than both of them.
Yeah, that's from the 3-point line. I'm just talking about from further.
No, they was talking about the distance. He's the highest in shooting those deep threes. You would think it was Steph or Dame, but it's really Trey.
But all right. So there's only a few guys, but it would look like, bro, you gotta imagine like PG right now. You gotta imagine that's what it looks like. Like he not about to shoot that shit from, you know what I mean? He not about to pull this. Or he about to shoot that.
But I
Like,
don't think they really gonna do it though.
Bruh, good. Look, this is some of the stuff in the chat. 2000 Ravens said, I wouldn't mind them taking away the 3-point line so players could be more creative and get their annual package up. JDJ, a lot of coaches aren't going to get their players the green light to take that shot. Only a select few will be given clearances to shoot that far. Ray LM, people already not feeling all the threes now. They probably going to be tight if a 4-point line had it. Laughing emoji. Player one, the only rules I would like NBA to change is goaltending and allow hand checking. We don't need a 4-pointer. LOL. 2000 Raves, I'm not feeling it. The player one, Trey Young is the best deep range shooter according to the numbers. Easy. Chase speaking facts. Listen, shout to Easy. I'm about to throw the link in the chat. Listen, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. At this point, I'm gonna say yay or nay. I'm gonna say nay, man. Stand on your square, man, because I ain't talking about this shit the whole show, man.
yeah,
Because
I'm
gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I'm not with the 4 point play right now. I'm not saying ever. Like I'm not with it. So all right, where you at with this shit?
I'm saying yeah. Only because I feel like if this was 1972 right now, y'all would be saying no to the 3-point line. And look at all of the excitement and joy the 3-point line has brought to the game. And I'm not going to stop the evolution of the game, man.
Nah, man. I'm with Bruce.
I said say yay nay. He gonna say it's soliloquy. Talk about evolution. That shit ain't evolving the game. It's devolving the game.
Yeah, I'm with Bruce. Nah,
Listen, I read. Go ahead, Ice. Go ahead.
I'm with you. I said nah, bro, because I just think about the kids. If the kids having a hard time now,
you think about the kids.
Like, yo, they not gonna see the 3-point line in elementary, bro.
Now how strong them little kids' arms gotta be to shoot
bro,
the 4-point line, bro?
You watch some of these little kids is draining them threes though, like it's nothing. Even though, bro, I've never like the way kids right now could shoot threes. When I was that age, wasn't no kids like that shooting threes that consistent. It wasn't even really that strong enough to shoot threes like that.
And you
9 and 10.
They gonna look like gonna look like Lonzo Balls when he first came in the league because they gonna keep on trying to shoot them fours. You know what I mean?
Bro, one of them little boys is gonna fucking fling their shoulder out of the socket trying to shoot a 4-point play, man. Shooting them shits all day. Dad, watch me shoot a 4-point play. Yo, I'm a father, man. You just want to see a kid make a layup, man. You ain't gotta fucking shoot from the half court. But imagine a father taking his kid to the park. Come on, son. Make that 4-point play. Like, damn, Dad, that's mad far away from the basket.
Right.
Like
4-point celebration. You got a 4-point celebration, bro.
You taking the joy out of fatherhood adding the 4-point play, man.
But they're not gonna have it. They're not gonna have it in high school and in college. They're just gonna leave it for the NBA. You got to be a professional on the professional level to shoot from this distance. This is top level shit right here.
Man, that's bummer clad crosses. Yo, hold on, bro. Yo, Brooklyn LM, man, what you got on this, bro?
No, I don't think we necessarily need it. Like, I think at this point, the 3-point line is enough. I mean, realistically, people get hype already just seeing Steph or whatever, or Dame or Trey shoot it from half court.
Oh shit! I just thought of something. My fault, Ellen. Not even to cut you off. I don't even think it should be a 4-point line. Fuck it, make it a 5-point line. 4 don't even sound right. 4 don't even sound right. 4 is a stupid number. Make it a 5-point line, and let that be that.
4 is a good number. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't even think they would do it, but realistically, like,
me neither.
People get hype off the threes already. I mean, niggas already hate seeing they already hate seeing the players jack up threes anyways. These niggas gonna be on suicide watch if they had a 4-point line. Like, I'm definitely watching this shit now.
Yo,
Like,
my
so
thing
I
is
mean,
this. If bro, my thing is there's not enough timeouts for 4-point plays. Like, if I'm a coach and you hit one 4-point play, I'm calling a timeout. Then you cook
Nah,
2 4-point plays, it's almost 10 points.
bro, I feel like the
Nah,
4-point play is only designated for niggas. Like, I forgot who said it in the chat. Like, only players who can shoot it. Like, to me, Steph is probably the only person I will allow to shoot that. Everybody else, like, I'm on PG time, and that's a bad shot. Like, nigga, you ain't putting up no 4-point shot every time you come down. It don't gotta be every time you come down the court, but only if I know you can shoot it. Like, nigga, you ain't going for a 4-point shot to end the game. Like, fuck out of
so
here. Get a layup or a mid
you're not
range
letting Cam
or
Johnson shoot
something.
4-point shots?
Nah,
Hell no.
nah. It's Dame,
Hell no.
like you said, Dame, Steph, and Trey. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too
Dame,
much more.
Steph, and Trey is the only people, in my opinion, that really can shoot that 4-point shot. And there's only a designated amount of. There's not a lot of people in the NBA that can shoot that.
The only
Like,
thing that I think
realistically.
that's really whack about it, in order to make it for real, the court would have to be bigger because you ain't got no 4-point line on the corner.
yo, y'all getting me so tight, bro. I can't believe this shit is a conversation.
It ain't no 4-point line from the corner because how you going like you got to get a corner for.
I don't
Bro,
agree, Breezy. I think the 3-point line, like the 3-point shot and the foul, and then you get the free throw is like enough for me. Like, I
bro,
don't.
please, man. All right, so yes or no, man. Just please.
He said nah. He said nah.
Nah, all right, so that's 3-1, man. Even if Jay is right about it, it's 3-1. We win. Ain't no 4-point plays on Big Fan Breezy page, man. All right, so hold on. Let's see this right here. I will do this. This is for fun, shits and giggles. Please let's not talk about this for a half hour, man. But this shit lit right here. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I would do that shit. That's what I wanted to say. I ain't really want to talk about
What?
This, you ain't see it?
Bro, I've seen it. I've seen your basketball. I've seen your basketball footage too. I don't know, bro. That shit ain't no backboard on there. Ain't no backboard on that one.
Bro, are you kidding me, bro? They jumping off. They jumping off a trampoline, bro. Like, no, I can't dunk it, bro. If they put a trampoline in the park, bro, I could dunk it, bro.
No, I ain't saying about dunking. I'm just talking about scoring without that backboard, man. You be using that backboard a lot, man. Ain't no backboard in sight right here, man.
Yeah.
The backboard your best friend sometimes.
Wow.
Nah, that's a fact.
I love the backboard, man.
Bree just laughing because he's seen the footage too.
Yeah, bruh, I practiced the whole summer shooting off the backboard. I never go away from the backboard. It's a marriage. I don't know what you talk about. That's part of my game.
Easy said that's me dunking on Breezy. Yo, y'all.
Stop. Easy ain't played ball 10 years. That nigga jump over that whole basket right there, man. Word, you don't even know how they jump like in basketball no more. He probably jumped over the whole rope, that whole shit.
Nah, JDJ said y'all scouting for that mock draft in 2032. I think I saw marks behind a tree. I'm fucking crying. What are these things gonna end up on the Nets?
Oh man,
2032.
That shit hilarious, yo. I ain't gonna lie, you got it. Yo, yeah, it's a whole story about this dude, bro. You seen this?
Nah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I ain't really look.
This dude, Ben McLemore, some shit like that.
That shit crazy. That funny thing is, his favorite player was Kobe Bryant. Like, he was supposed to be one of the next upcoming shooting guards. I think he played for the Kings at one point.
Damn,
to see his career this low is crazy, bro.
Word, bro. I think they tried to compare him to Cam Thomas. Never.
Nah, Cam Thomas is better than Ben McLemore, man. Cool. Like,
I remember
crazy.
I think SB was saying that shit. He got a Chicago podcast, Chicago Bull podcast. He's talking about like I don't know.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
McLemore was nice. It's just that he
I heard
didn't
that from
like.
you,
He one of the players that we was talking about when we was talking about motor. Like he had that motor. He had that drive to be great. Like
though.
you just, yo, I'm here. I'm here for a check. Let me play ball. You know what I'm saying? He had that hunger to be great. But my thing is, how you don't have that hunger to be great and your favorite player Kobe Bryant? Like
You
make it
know what
make
it
sense.
is, bro? It be a lot of these players because I heard a bunch of different basketball players say this. Like they be the man until they get to the NBA. Like everywhere they ever been, they started. They was dropping
Yeah,
40 a game. Everybody loved them. Then you get in the NBA and you can't. You struggling to get minutes or not getting minutes at all, or they telling you to play your role, but you want to go off. It's like it take their confidence down or make them not give a fuck no more.
Yeah, but nah, but
yes,
that's the thing. No, I was saying that too. And Jack Vaughn is a good example. Like, he was a professional to last that long in the NBA and just be around and coaching after he retired as a player. Like that becomes the professional side of it, not just the skill. Because when you look at Jack Vaughn's stats, how the fuck he stay in the NBA that long? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then when I looked at, every time I see, I think I was watching AI highlights. AI hit him with the 1-2, man.
Who,
Word,
Jock
man.
Vaughn?
Yeah, AI hit him
uh,
with the 1-2. I said it like when he wasn't on the team no more. I had held it down until he wasn't on the team no more. As soon as I see Jack Vaughn wasn't on the team, I say, yeah, AI crossed the shit out of your ass, man. I seen that shit in the highlight. I was talking heavy that day. But yeah, this dude is lame, bro. And I seen the video where he was in, having a talking to the judge. Like they asked him what happened. I'm trying to find the footage for y'all because I don't really want to speak for dude. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga
yeah,
crazy.
it's the same thing that's going on with what's his name? Johnny Broom, who was on Auburn. You know what I'm
Oh, is
saying?
some shit going on with him too?
What happened? I don't know about him. I mean, I heard about who he is, but I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me show you that footage though. We could get back to Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Just because I want y'all to hear it in your own words opposed to my soliloquy on why I think that, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's squeaky clean in this situation, you know what I mean?
Former Portland Trailblazer Ben McLemore showed little emotion after a Clackamas County jury found him guilty of rape following a 2.5-week trial. The jury convicted him on 3 counts: first-degree rape, first-degree sexual penetration, and second-degree sexual abuse. Prosecutor Scott Healy.
You just don't do something like this to somebody and get away with it. I don't care who you are.
Prosecutors say McLemore raped a 21-year-old woman at a party in October of 2021. The assault happened at the Lake Oswego home of McLemore's then teammate, Robert Covington. During trial, the woman testified
Damn.
he was incapacitated after a night of heavy drinking and unable to consent. McLemore admitted he'd been drinking as well, but testified the sex was consensual.
She didn't show no signs of distress or discomfort, and didn't, give me no signs at all.
The prosecutor described the victim as brave for coming forward, reporting the crime, and then following the long road to justice.
Crime victims don't often report these cases, even when celebrities not involved. So she was very brave to do that. She followed through. She stuck with this. And, I think she's in a much better place now, and she can start the emotional healing process because she is very emotionally traumatized by what happened to her.
Following the verdict, sheriff deputies took McLemore into custody. The former Trailblazer, who once wore number 23 on the court, now has a new number. Ben McLemore is inmate 273-47953 in the Clackamas County Jail. McLemore
I know they don't just do him like that, bro. Saying he had a new number, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy.
That's wild, right,
Bro. Yo, bro, did you hear what that dude said, bro? Like, yo, and again, what I'm saying is I never been on a jury or no shit like that, so I don't really got no experience. I'm just going off of what I just seen. We just all seen the same thing. I'm just saying, bro, the way he was answering the question was real nonchalant. Like, he had no empathy. I am apologize.
Nah, he did that, bro. He did that, bro.
Yeah,
If you
I
look at
can't.
his
I
face, I
can't.
think like he ain't show no empathy. Like
It's what he said. He was like, she ain't show. They saying she was unconscious. Talking about she ain't show no signs, nigga. What you mean she ain't show no signs? You supposed to say, I woke her up like, yo, la 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 la, and she was like, la 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 la. And you ain't say none of that. He said she ain't show. Nigga, they said she was unconscious. I'm pretty sure she didn't show you no signs. Once you hear that, it's like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? You wilding out. So I ain't hanging with that dude. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you that shit, bro. I ain't rocking with dude, man. I don't believe that dude. I'm gonna keep it real.
it's just sad watching. Wait, hold on. What pick was McLemore?
He was
I don't
bugging.
think it is.
No,
But
that
yeah,
number,
man.
that new number joint is crazy though.
Yo, the
Yo,
news anchors be wildin' sometimes. The news
yeah,
anchors be
man.
coming
Yeah,
at niggas crazy.
yeah, once in Portland wearing number 17, now he has a new number. Hey, yo.
That was over the top, man. You ain't even
Yo,
say
McLemore was drafted 7 by the Sacramento Kings. I keep telling y'all, they keep missing with their picks, bro. That front office is just nasty. 7th overall, 2013. Yeah, he was a beast coming out of college, but like I said, you know what I'm saying? Once they get used to the life, once they get used to the money or whatever, the lifestyle, they don't want to work no more. If they feel like they did it, so
Right, they made it.
yeah. So you gonna have stuff like
yo,
this happening, whatever. It's nasty
hold,
work.
hold on, PT on the panel. What up, PT?
What up? What up? Give me a second.
All right. Yo, yeah, hold on. Can y'all see this? Oh no, let me post it. Let me put it on the graphics on. Shout out to the chat, man. Hit the like button, man. We got This Is JTV on here with us. Y'all see the panel. Y'all gotta know if y'all ain't doing that, if y'all ain't busy, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a situation, you know what I'm saying, over there on Myrtle and Vanderbilt. You got Jay, he performing with D-Rock Obama. I heard their music, you know what I'm saying? I reviewed it on this channel. Y'all can go to see the content. Just look for Big Fan Breezy and This Is JTV. Search it up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can hear maybe possibly they're gonna perform one of these songs. They got a set. What is it, Jay? What, 7 o'clock? 7 it's 7
Yeah.
o'clock?
Yeah, that shit it's going up. That shit gonna be fire.
Facts. All right.
Yo, Breeze.
Yo.
I'm like packed and ready to go. I'm going to Vegas to watch the
What?
Summer League joint.
You going to Summer League?
Yeah.
That's lit, bro.
It's my 3rd time.
All right, so just let me give you a brief little interview real quick, you know what I'm saying? Because I just want to ask all of the fans on my panel, you know what I'm saying, when they pull up, let me work on my hosting skill, not little, but like my hosting skills, you know what I mean? Like you gotta let me introduce you real quick, you know what I mean? All right, so you know what I'm saying? This is PT, always stirring pot on X, always kicking up dust, talking about the Nets. You know what I'm saying? One of the better fans involved with the Nets capacity. I'm not sure, but one of the better fans, one of the fans that I say Nets fans is the best fan. He's a fan on why I say Nets fans is the best fans. Welcome, PT, to the podcast.
What up, Breeze?
Yo, what up? Not for real, you going to the Summer League?
Yeah, man. I'm about to roll my last joint and go to the airport.
That's essential, you know what I mean?
Put a pack up.
Especially going to the airport, you know what I mean?
5:30?
But the airport should be smooth right now, though.
My flight's at 6.
Oh, okay.
I land at 9 a.m. Vegas time, and I'm just gonna go straight. I'm just gonna go straight to Thomas. I'm gonna go get something to eat with the fam, and then they're gonna go do their thing, and I'm going to Thomas Mack Arena, and I'm just gonna spend the whole day going from one game to the other. because when you buy the ticket, it's general admission, but you could go to each game. I'm trying to see a lot of
So
different.
hold on, it's in a bunch of different places, or is it in one?
No, it's in one building, but it's like 3 courts.
Okay.
And then you like at different times, different courts, game going on.
All right, so they don't play the game simultaneously. That's even better though.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily simultaneous, but there's some overlap.
Overlay.
You know? So when the Nets come on, I'm just gonna sit over there and watch it. Like that's how I met Cam Thomas' mom. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm and usually like there's a contingent of Nets players that's at these games. I remember one time, that's when Royce O'Neal had signed with us, and he came through, and he was with what's that dancing ass nigga's name?
I know who he's talking about. I can't remember his name though.
I ain't even gonna break my mind trying to remember his name. But we're podcasting now. Anyway, so you get to meet the players' people too. So I'm sure there's gonna be some people out here for the rookies. I'm mad that we're not gonna get to see Drake Powell. Like it's so crazy. Like all of the players the Nets took, except Sarah, because I've said it on Big Fan Breezy's podcast. I've said it that I don't believe in that player. He's not athletic enough to play the point guard. But now they're talking about they're gonna change him to a shooting guard, small forward. I don't know how that's gonna work, but whatever. But I'm interested to see every player live because.
Did you see? Did you hear what? I forget what his name. I keep thinking Karolinko, but he close to Wolf.
Yegor, right?
I mean Yegor. I'm sorry, Yegor.
Andre Karolinko is close to Yegor's people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he helped. No, I seen something. He got him to the NBA.
Yeah, he recognized he had talent early. Guided him to Spain first. He won championships in Spain. Him and Hugo Gonzalez. And you know what I'm saying? Like Karolinko was the one that told him, yeah, you ready, you can go to the NBA. And so, he might be hanging around. You never know. But I always get little bits of information. There's a million scouts in the stands. There's dudes who are independent scouts who will scout players and then sell the information that they have on all the players that they scout to the teams, and multiple teams will buy that shit. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I've met a lot of Nets fans in real life there too. Like I remember even though me and him always argue, Billy Reinhardt, I met him in real life there. Like it's a pretty chill event, but I like looking at players
in
real time,
The PT, I told you I met Cam Thomas' moms.
You did? I didn't know that.
I
met her too.
That's why I mentioned it. I mentioned it because I heard you say I was on mute. My fault. I was saying that I went to the premiere they did for Cam Thomas in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn, and she was there, and she was on the way to the truck, and I was like, I seen Cam Thomas first, and I was like, yo, you my favorite player. He was like, all right, on some cool shit. And then he just got in the truck. You know what I'm saying? I was going to give him a 5, but it felt awkward. You know what I mean? So I ain't do it. So then I had went off to the side. I think I was trying to go live on stream. Y'all like, yo, man, I just met Cam Thomas. Before that happened, I seen his mom. She was going in the truck. She was right behind her. They was together. And I was like, yo, I put your son in the song. She's like, yeah. On the spot, I started spitting my intro verse to the song, when you know what I'm saying, listen to the show from the beginning. That song, I spit my verse, and I did the whole, you know what I'm saying, how I flipped his name, but can't watch me like a cam because it's my time miss. Watch me like a cam because it's my time switch. I spit it hard as I could. She said, "That's
Yo,
nice."
I regularly
I
say
was
that
like,
that's the
"Oh
best
my
team song
god."
ever.
Yo, I spit the bar for his mom. I think he
Yo,
heard the
his mom is
bars.
mad chill. She's military.
Yeah,
You know
she
what I'm
was.
saying? She's mad
She
chill,
was
and
cool.
she's hard on Cam too. Like
Mhm.
she was sitting behind me in summer league when Cam got I think he scored like 31 that day, but it was all pretty much from the free throw line, and he missed a couple free throws, and his mom said, "That's why you're not gonna start." She's rough on Cam, so that's good though. I think.
Yeah,
Nah,
no,
that's
I think I love their relationship. You know what I'm saying? When I went to the premiere, like yeah, I watched it there, but that's where I met Jordy Fernandez. You know, I see him too. You know what I mean? I don't know Jordy Fernandez, but you know what I'm saying, he did recognize me. I was like, yo, I'm a big fan Breezy. He was like, all right.
If I see
I mean,
Jordy,
just kept it
if
moving.
I see Jordy in Vegas, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna tell Jordy, you gotta let the kids play. That's because you know what I'm
Gotta
saying. Like,
sign Cam Thomas.
there was a time in summer league, right? Sean Marks, he stopped and talked to someone, and then the person went to go get somebody else, and Sean Marks was standing right there, and I was standing on the bleachers. I should have said something to him. It probably ruined the Nets for mad years if I had gotten to talk to him. I could have saved the Nets. Nah, but if I speak to Jordy, I said to myself, if I see Jordy, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna be like, yo, Jordy, long time Nets fan, but you pick some good players, develop them, let them play. It don't cost you nothing. I'm not telling you to tank. I'm not telling you how to run your team. I'm just saying your future is in those kids. Let them play. Don't spam the adults. Don't spam the vets.
Hold on, PT. Please, man. The vets is Cam Thomas. He's 23 years old. They can learn. These young whippersnappers, they can learn from a veteran like Cam Thomas. These young
Imagine your vet
whippersnappers.
being Clarkson.
Yo, but I'm just saying, Clax is not playing none of their position. But look, Clax never.
He been on the team the longest out of everybody on the team.
Listen. At the end of the day, it sounds funny, but Jared Dudley was one of those players. Jared Dudley was one of those players that was just good with other players. He wasn't really that good playing basketball, but he was good as a teammate. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that to say he had a voice in the locker room.
Fight. Like we was
He had a voice in the locker room. Hold on. Let me do this one. This is my due diligence, bro. I'm gonna read this to everything right now, man. Said the NBA family is heartbroken by the loss of life and the devastation caused by the flooding across the Texas Hill Country. Our thoughts are with all those affected by this tragedy, and we extend our deepest gratitude to the heroic first responders and volunteers. Amid so much sorrow, we are inspired by the strength of the Texas community as it comes together during this incredibly difficult time. In that spirit, the NBA, the NBPA, Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets, and San Antonio Spurs are joining together to provide more than $2 million to support immediate and long-term relief to those most impacted. Shout to the NBA for doing that. You know what I'm saying, respectfully. I just wanted to say that we could get back to it. I mean, but I think that's a big deal. I think it's a big deal. PT going to see what's going on with the summer league. Again, I know y'all got a lot of pushback. It's a lot of commotion, you know what I'm saying, which leads to show. It's Cam Thomas and Johnathan Kuminga who is better for the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to look at the draft for 2021 to see who would be where. But
that's
Johnathan Kuminga,
talk to you about.
we're going to get to that right now. Would Johnathan Kuminga be a number 7 pick? You know what I'm saying? No. Let me just answer that for you right now. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be a number 7 pick. He ain't got no business being a number 7 pick. You know what I'm saying? You got Cade Cunningham number 1. I'm going to leave that there. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Here we go. K Cannon name number 1. I'm gonna leave that there. Jalen Green, no. Redraft you not number 2. Evan Mobley over Jalen Green, yes. Scotty Barnes over Jalen Green, I don't know. Jalen Suggs over Jalen Green, I don't know. Josh Giddey, they all right, man. I got Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley up there. Johnathan Kuminga, does he supposed to be number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Is he better than any of those players? No.
I don't think you're gonna find Cam top 8 though.
That
Even if we're gonna reverse it,
that doesn't matter.
I think
that's that. I'm not.
That is
I
true.
think he a lottery. I think he a lottery pick. I don't think he number top 5. That's what I'm saying. He's not my favorite player because I think he's the best in the whole world.
Breezy.
No.
Breezy. I tried to explain this the last time I came on your vlog. You do so many vlogs. I know you don't really remember, but I remember because I was trying to explain the new CBA changes everything. It's not a CBA designed to give the middle class of the NBA their fair due. This CBA is designed to give the superstars all of the money. Someone was saying like 10% of the NBA. No, it's really more like 5% of the NBA that is getting the bag like what Paolo just got, getting the bag like what
Booker just got.
What Booker just got. Good one, right?
2 mil.
And
2 mil. What that just happened today? Shout to Booker.
She got 70 mil over the next few years.
Yo, he was fitting the walk, bro. Booker, like, yo, bro, like, remember, y'all gotta remember, Booker is not even a top 10 pick, bro.
No,
like, he doing a lot for that team, bro.
That's not relevant to the Cam Thomas conversation.
No. But what I'm saying,
Cam Thomas agents think he's a $30 million player. He's not in this new CBA. It's not. The Nets can only let the market tell them what a player of Cam Thomas's caliber makes. That should sound rough,
bro. I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I'm listening to y'all on that when it comes down to the franchise and just the business side of basketball. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how Cam Thomas is going to be. He's been a good teammate to all of the players that was on the Brooklyn Nets up until now. Every player. And on that note, with these rookies, he would be a better player with these rookies than a Johnathan Kuminga. That's my entire point to get
Kuminga,
to the nitty gritty.
Do you think that, but do they?
But that's what I'm saying. I can't tell you.
Kuminga's not coming here,
I think they're one of the most. I think they're one of the most unpredictable things for me to try to predict. I stopped trying to predict them as a content creator, as a vlogger, what they're going to do. I just say what I think and feel like what they should.
I don't think Kuminga is coming here anyway. I don't think he's in our
Kuminga's not coming here. Kuminga's not. Cam Thomas is not going anywhere. But Breezy, you have to look at tea leaves and see that he's not a part of their. If everything goes right, they're not looking him as a major part of their future. They drafted 3 point guards and a shooting guard. That's sending a message. And
listen, no, but it's still 1-2 guard. And realistically, all those players that they drafted, respectfully, cannot score the ball the way Cam Thomas scored the ball.
Absolutely.
How we know?
Absolutely not.
My opinion. Brooklyn LM.
I agree with that.
And again, but the reason why I say what I say is because everybody said before the draft, when we draft who we draft, and we didn't know what number we was going to get. We were saying that we want to get a player that's better than Cam Thomas. Respectfully, when you look at who we drafted, and this not for me to have the bar set at Cam Thomas because he is a specialist. He's a scoring specialist, and Jordy Fernandez, in my opinion, asked him to do more on the defensive side of the ball if he wants shot attempts. I think that's the relationship. And Cam Thomas is fine with that. I think Cam Thomas do want more money, but to PT's point, yeah, he'll be back with the team. And I do think that he's going to be a player that's going to get the bag. How? But from who? I don't know. But I do think he's going to eventually, as a player, get the bag. He's going to show. He's going to remain professional. You're not going to see in this situation as we speak him be out of line. He's not going to be unprofessional. He's going to be professional. And I think at the end of the day, when he's only professional, and you just go look at his body of work and what he did and what he didn't do, you're going to see that he's a player in the NBA. And he's going to still continue to be a prolific scorer wherever he's at, bro. Y'all keep saying he's going to come off the bench, bro. He can average 30. Yeah, I heard Brooklyn. I heard that he had the number one option on this team. Not really. He never really had the number one option, bro.
The only reason why I say how we know when it comes to who can score like him is because I feel like college, especially with Drake Powell being a clear example of this, sometimes they be underutilizing their players. Like if you watch Drake Powell in high school, like you would think that nigga would be a top 5 pick coming into this draft. But due to how he was underutilized at UNC, you barely got to see any of that, which adds to him averaging only 9 points. A dude that we just brought up, Devin Booker. If you told me Devin Booker was going to be a 25-plus point per game scorer coming into the league, I would have looked at you like you was crazy. He only averaged 10 points at Kentucky. So it's realistically, it's like when we say none of these guys can score like him, how do we know?
Right. See, this is my point. Are they building around? Because Brooklyn LM, do we agree? Me, Brooklyn LM agree that the Phoenix Suns are building around Devin Booker?
Yeah.
Okay. Devin Booker was not a top 3 or top 10 pick, correct?
Nope.
So the Phoenix Suns are building around Devin Booker. He's not a top 10 pick.
He was a lottery pick, though.
He was a lottery pick, but they got rid of a number 1 pick, before they got rid of Booker. Right? Now I'm saying that they didn't get rid of Booker. They kept him. They got him on a 2-year. That's today. Brooklyn LM broke the news.
You're talking about 8.
Remember, hold on.
Yeah.
Remember, in my opinion, and this is my soliloquy, is they building around him because he's a shot creator. Part of the reason why they building around him is because he's a shot creator. It ain't because of his defense is so stellar. It ain't because of all of this extra stuff y'all might want to add into the mix. It's because he is a shot creator, bro. Know that. That's a fact. So I don't know. Shout out to Nets fans, I don't know why y'all always scoff at Cam Thomas because that's all he do. What do you mean that's all he do? Look at the best players in the league.
Is shot creating on Booker does?
They not all two-way players. That's just fair to say.
But look at how Booker's game has elevated since he's came into the league, right? Since the 70-point game, he's gotten better defensively, I would say. He's gotten better at rebounding, and he's gotten better at playmaking, right? He's in, regardless, and I don't think it's an excuse. Me personally, I don't like when people say it, but he's 6'6", right? That's the typical shooting guard height nowadays. So realistic, and around that time, but may he rest in peace, Booker was getting comparisons to Kobe. Obviously, wrong comparisons, but that was the comparisons he was getting back then. I'm not saying. I just think that throughout the years we've seen improvement in his game, as to where the Phoenix franchise was like, okay, we can start putting a team around you. Let's get CP3. All right, let's get Ayton. All right, let's get Mikal. All right, let's get all these other guys and put them around you so you can amplify your game to the best of your ability. I don't think the Nets with Sean Marks and them see that with Cam. And he could say, oh, he didn't get minutes. And why I think it's unfortunate for Cam because he came to a team that was trying to win a championship. And I honestly think if he went to a team that was like Detroit, I feel like he would be way more advanced as a player because he came to a team where we was trying to win a chip. We had KD and Kyrie. We had a coach that was heavy and adamant on playing the dudes that he thought was going to win us the chip. Whether it was the veterans, whether it was Patty Mills, who had championship experience on the San Antonio Spurs, he was going to get those minutes. So realistically, it's like
But Brooklyn
I
Ellen,
ain't gonna
that's
play a
still,
rookie over him.
bro. Yo, Brooklyn Ellen, bro. Nah, my thing is that wasn't even a 10-man rotation. It wasn't like Cam Thomas would have been the 11th man off the bench or the 12th man because he's utilizing his bench. He just didn't get to Cam Thomas because he's the 11th, 12th man. Cam Thomas was like the 8th, 9th guy, bro. Like how you in the playoffs seeing what you got going on, not working, and you not go and just try something new, just a burst of energy, new energy out there. Sometimes that's what you need. That's why Jay
I
Love
agree
too.
he should have played him.
I forgot you say his name, bro, but you know what I'm talking about.
I think Cam should have played. Definitely around the playoffs. I think we could have used him, but I think realistically, that glimpse of he's a 27 pick, and I asked the question to Dylan and Gary on their podcast, and I was like, if you replace Cam Thomas with Kay Cunningham, does he still get treated the same way?
Bro, that's two different things, bro. I heard you say that on that podcast. I'm glad you mentioned that, bro. Like, first and foremost, Kay Cunningham, he's a better player than Cam Thomas because he got better defense.
No, right, but take Cade.
He got better defense
and drop him to
he's a
27.
player than Cam Thomas. He's the number one pick, bro. I thought it was an unfair question because realistically, that can't happen. There's no way possible that the hypotheticals that y'all use against Cam Thomas, I consider it egregious because there's no way I'm talking to BK and Wild Hoops. He said if Cade Cunningham was next to Ant-Man, he wouldn't be. But look at the company. Look at who y'all gotta put in front of him. It ain't
But
been
look,
that
but look, right? Jokic was a second round pick. Jalen Brunson was a second round pick, right? We don't know who's going to turn out to be who. Nobody knew Jokic was going to be an MVP, right? But he went second round. If you redraft, Jokic go first. We don't know.
No, bro.
So
listen,
realistically, I don't think it's where
you
you at. I just think it depends on the player and the skill set you have. You could be drafted. Jimmy Butler was 30.
Nah, but listen, I'm not trying to take away from your point, but it just segues to a different conversation. The reason why is because back then when Jokic got drafted, they wasn't making EuroLeague's top 10 players. You're not even going to be in the lottery. Your best talent is our talent in the second round. And that's what Jokic proved. Jokic proved us as the top professionals, we better than the best league in the world second round players. You feel what I'm saying? Even not to say that all of the players from where you from play that way, but I'm just saying that to say that they weren't selecting foreign international players that high when Jokic got drafted. And he wasn't no 18-year-old, bro. He was like, I don't know, maybe 20-something, 22.
But you gotta remember, when he got there was a center that was in front of him. And I think it was Nurkic at the time. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it was a center in front of him. So he didn't automatically just come in and start getting burned. But the Nuggets team knew, hey, yo, we got somebody on the bench. If we trade Nurkic right now, he gonna be something. If you give him starting minutes right now, this dude he's next up. And every last person on that coaching staff knew. And you know what they did? They got him out of there. And put Jokic in the starting lineup. Yeah, he was.
When he got drafted, he was 19.
Right. Yeah. And they all knew he had a skill set. So somebody with that skill set dropping to the second round is nuts. But it all goes to show, they traded their centers just so he can get burned. In the Brooklyn Nets organization, with Cam Thomas getting picked 27, I'm just saying the reason why I bring up Cade is not because if you get Cade number one, but what if Cade did drop to 27? Just because Cade's the number one, just because Cade is the number one pick, realistically, that don't mean that players at that area, that don't mean if his skill set diminishes. Even if he was a 27th pick, Cade's skill set is better. They
Listen,
probably would have
I'm
ran him
not.
more minutes.
But what I'm saying is, bro, as far as professionalism, they might have had a strike on Cam Thomas because he did the whole "ain't shit funny" T-shirts. Like maybe he wasn't saying nothing, but when he, you know what I'm saying? Who knows why he had that? Maybe he heard them chuckling about his playing time, and he didn't. You know what I mean? He got the T-shirt. Maybe he was justified for getting the T-shirt. But I'm just saying they probably seen that and probably held it against him. On part of the reason why he didn't get no minutes. But at the end of the day, they didn't have nobody in front of him that should have got minutes over him, bro. Patty Mills wasn't trying to. He wasn't. Patty Mills and where he was in the latter part of his career, he wasn't supposed to be playing big minutes. I'm not saying he wasn't supposed to play, or even he wasn't supposed to start. But you could have shared some minutes with Patty Mills in his 14th season. It wasn't like it was Patty Mills in his 8th year or some shit like that. Like where, you know what I'm saying? He really in his prime type shit. Like, no, man. So, nah, bro. They did bad when it come to coaching, when Cam Thomas rookie year. I seen him and KD on the floor together. That's why I take the liking to Cam Thomas too, because you couldn't double Kevin Durant. That's what teams used to do.
But I think I said it though. That's part of why Cam went to the. That's kind of why Cam went to the G League, right? Because when he got there, they wanted him to develop his game because he had too much of a scoring mentality. That's why he wasn't getting minutes. You got to go to the G League. You got to learn how to pass. You got to play with it. You got to learn how to play within the offense. We know you can score, obviously, but there's other parts of your game that needs to be developed. Now, are they stupid for not putting him on the court and having him develop those attributes? Yes, I agree. You stunted his development by not putting him on the court and letting him get those runs in. I think if you did that earlier, Cam might be better at these things now. But once again, developmental team didn't know what they was doing and they wasn't playing rookies. So I don't think it's all on Cam Thomas. But at the same time, I think him saying like, yo, when I get on the court, of course I'm gonna throw a shot up because I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna be on there. I think that was a bad move. You shouldn't have said that. Now they're really gonna look at you like, oh, so you just want to chuck up shots instead of doing what's best for the team. All right, back to the G League you go. Because you're not learning yet. It's not about you going up there and chucking up shots. You got to learn how to get your teammates open as well. Not saying you're the point guard to just set up the offense, but just get your teammates, make the right passes, make the right plays, run pick and rolls. Don't just ISO, throw up shots.
LM, you on point with that. They sent him down there just for passing. But you're right, they mismanaged him because when he went to the G League, they said he was too good to be down there because he was burning everybody up. And he wasn't passing, he couldn't really pass like that. As Cam talks, he talks like he has his complete game together, but when he went to the G League, he really couldn't pass like that. He will almost stop his whole play and just like hand somebody the ball to you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't make a play like fancy or drop a dime like that in the G League. It would be like, I gotta stop. Like kind of like LeBron shooting threes, how you just see him stop completely and then shoot the three. Yeah, go ahead, Breeze.
I'm asking you, Ice. Why would listen? This is what I don't. Well, I'm gonna say this, and then I want to hear your response to it. Like, this is why I don't like the NBA. You draft a player because of his scoring prowess. Because don't make it seem like you drafted Cam Thomas because he's such a great passer at LSU. No, He was breaking scoring titles. He broke Shaquille O'Neal's scoring title, scoring like 20 points more than Shaquille O'Neal scored 20 points. I think Shaq did it for like 22 games. He did it for like 25 games. So I'm saying that to say you drafted him for his scoring prowess. Why are you trying to fit him in this system where our offense ain't that dynamic? All y'all trying to do is set maybe two screens, and the 3-pointer, the defense, they're gonna know. Like, you ain't got nobody that got bounce and could put it on the floor. So my point to you is that with all of the stuff that you know about player development, do you see what I'm saying about why draft a player and the reason you draft them? You try to mold them to be something else in that first season. That's not fair. Like, Ice, why they don't just let them be who they are coming from college because you drafted them because of the player that they are. You shouldn't try to change them as soon as they get there. Let let them have the game that they have and then build off of that. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, like I was saying, right? But yes and no, you draft him for the potential. Cam has potential. He has the scoring potential is high, but the rest of his game is like, I don't know. So that's why you send him to the G. Now, if he was down there dropping dimes, they probably would have let him play. But because he has the mentality he has, like Alan pointed out, you know what I'm saying? When I get in the game, I'm trying to score nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get a bucket. And that's not it. And I heard the story of Jeff Teague having the same mentality. And then he said, I think it was Van Exel said, Joe Johnson make 20 mil. This dude makes 25 mil. This dude makes 18 mil. Dude, you only make 1 mil. Pass these dudes the ball. Don't try to score for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Give them the ball. And he said, all right, I just went out there trying to drop dimes all the whole time. My mentality changed from let me stop trying to get a bucket to, okay, give these dudes the ball. And once they started scoring, then they started passing me back the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I could get my buckets. And he said that's how I started learning. But if it wasn't for Van Exel, I would have went out there, you know what I'm saying, just shot my shots and said, forget about everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
To that point, Ice, right? And I don't think it's necessarily because they knew he was a scorer. Like it was a fact that they knew he was a scorer. But like if you said, the scorers in the league now, Shea, right? Shea, Ant, Luka, whoever you want to name, right? They're not just scorers. They have other aspects to their game that exemplifies, for most of the part, other members of the team. Like they can get a bucket, of course they can. Take Shea, for example. He can get a bucket whenever he wants. You know what I'm saying? He working at mid-range. But he could also get you 7 assists. He could also get you 3 steals. He could also get you 8 rebounds. Like, we know he can give you 30 points per game. He can average that for a season. But realistically, he does other things on the court that leads to winning. And I think that was what they was trying to put in Cam Thomas as a rookie. Like, yo, you can score, get your buckets. We know what you can do.
Well, you got Steve Nash saying that he didn't get a chance to coach how he wanted to coach. They wasn't trying to instill shit. Steve Nash couldn't even coach how he wanted to coach. What player development was going on? As soon as the job opened up for the Celtics head coach, what's his face?
Didn't think they needed coaching.
Yeah,
I agree. He left as soon as he got a chance because he's saying like, "Yup, I don't play basketball like this." You feel what I'm saying?
I agree with Pod.
No play development in those first 2 seasons. They fronting, bro. They wasn't trying to. They was just asking him to take threes because that's like the Chat GPT Jay was talking about.
Breezy. I feel like they just the stars of the team decided nobody can stop us when we do what we do. So the coach don't matter. And they almost won a championship playing like that. But that's the downfall of playing like that. I like the OKC model. People would say it's boring, people say whatever, but if you look at OKC, the only one that's defense is suspect, and I would say he's a B- C+ defender, is SGA. The rest of the team, 2 through 5 is plus defenders. And you know what I'm saying? And that even depends if you got Hartenstein in or you got both of the Williams brothers. Like they're bringing defense off the bench with Dort and all those guys. Like that's a bulletproof team when you could play defense like that. And that's what they want from Cam. That's what they're trying to get from Cam, and I don't know if they think he could do it. That's
I said Cam
the last game, bro. Like
the last game, but they've been looking for that since he was entered the league. Like that's the thing.
Why? But why are they asking him to be a pass first player? That's
that's what he's saying. They're not asking him to be. So, place in point, right? We seen Kobe get mad 30, 40-point games. But sometimes he ended the game with 7 assists or 6 assists. or whatever the
So
case may be.
that's
Sometimes he has
that's.
seasons of 6 assists per game.
Stop.
Right?
Hold on. You trying
Kobe
to
was
tell me?
While he's all NBA defense.
But
exactly.
hold on, but listen, hold on. The whole thing about the defense, Kobe got it. I'm not even putting Cam Thomas in an all defense type of situation. What I am saying is they can't bake that much playmaking from Cam Thomas in this situation if they're going to go out and get 3 point guards. They obviously say, all right, well, we good on our 2 guard because we got Cam Thomas. We need him to be the shooting guard. He's still the best scorer on the team. Like,
I mean, you think most of his assists is gonna come from them shooting? He can get like dimes to a cutter or a pick and roll to a lob to Claxton for the lob. It don't gotta always be off the it's a catch guy in the catch and shoot. Yo, shoot the ball. He can find the cutter. He can find the lob, or you know what I'm saying, fast break. There's plenty of ways he can get his assists.
Right, but what I'm saying as far as 2 guards, you know what I'm saying, that department isn't covered unless you got Cam Thomas. You can't really rely on Drake Powell in his rookie year. He not even healthy enough for summer league right now, respectfully, which I want him to be healthy enough for. I'm just saying, bro, like Drake Powell and Cam Thomas are the 2 guards of this team. And you know who else I seen the 2 guard? Keon Johnson. Like if we don't have Cam Thomas, we got Keon Johnson and Drake Powell as our 2 guards. Come on, bro.
I think Traore is a runner up for that 2 guard. If you thinking of running the backcourt.
They didn't draft Traore not to start. They drafted Traore to start someday in the future. They're gonna play 2 point guards, and they're gonna.
You don't think Traore gonna be at the 6-man pod?
Yeah, no. I don't see Traore taking Cam Thomas.
I don't see him at the 2 guard.
LM. Traore might be the point guard. He's better in all of the times that they've ever played, and it's been close. Like what's the name had a really good Diego had a really good game against the mean, but most of the time it's Nolan that's crushing everybody. Like that 45 he gave the American team is legendary.
Yeah, so, I keep hearing about this.
He's not like a regular player. He's the fastest player end to end going north and south. Their vision is the team that with the most athletic player, which is Powell. So
But what does that leave Yegor? What they want him playing the 3 one day?
They got on the summer league roster. He's the 3 forward. See what I'm saying? Hold on. I said that. Yes, I said that they want him to be the point forward as well. Listen, hold on, and let's slow it down. Let's just talk basketball for a second. If you put,
I don't like him at the 3, man.
Look. If you put Nolan, listen, Yegor is still going to try to get downhill. And they saying he's been working on his shooting all summer. So I'm saying that to say, you got Yegor, Terrence Mann, Zaire Williams at the 3, at least in the beginning part of the season. At least in the summer league, you let them start like that because it seemed like they set their eyes for Nolan to be the point guard. I thought they was going to have Yegor as the point guard, but it's still hard to say. I'm definitely watching the games. I hope PT tap in, man. Like, let us know what's going on when you go to the summer league, man. Like, what's going on with the going on, man? Because who's going to be the 2 guards since Drake Powell now? Like,
it's probably gonna be Cam. I think they signed Cam.
No
back.
way.
You have to think of it in a position.
Cam ain't going to no summer league.
No, I'm talking about the regular season. When the regular season starts.
Okay.
But
I don't like Yegor at the 3 though.
The team that they're building, if everything works out like they plan, and everybody is who they think they are, right? It's gonna be those 3. But they're not going to play the same position on defense as they play on offense. Yegor is going to have the ball. He's going to bring the ball up. But when you want to go in transition, the ball is going to be in Nolan's hands. It's going to be a 2-guard rotation. So it's like one is the point guard, one is should be shooting guard, but no, it's the small forward.
Bro, you think they that good to take Cam Thomas' spot? I beg to differ. I really don't.
Not even that. It's just I think it for me. If Yegor was 220, then I would probably be more
he
lenient to him playing the 3.
yeah
But he's not that yet physical, and he's 199. Like I
they
feel like
didn't
for
draft
me, if
they didn't
he
draft Traore to they have big plans for Traore. They didn't draft him to sit the bench.
no, I'm not saying that,
and,
but I'm saying
Bro,
like
what's wrong with a rookie coming off the bench, bro? Why you think he's supposed
no,
to
he's
take
gonna
Cam
come off the
Thomas
bench
back?
He's gonna come off the bench initially, but if he
That
shows
makes sense.
anything, that's the Nets' future.
no, but Paul, what I'm saying is this, right? If because I think Diego got the aggressiveness. If he puts on weight, like I can see him being to the 1 and the 3, like they transition him between the 1 and the 3 if they want to be versatile in their lineup. But here the matchup mismatches that he's going to have at point guard when he puts on weight is going to be ridiculous. There's no one
I
in
agree
the
with you,
East that
LM,
can
but
guard him at the point guard.
but
There is no
LM,
one.
I'm telling you what they're thinking. I'm telling you what they're thinking. You know this, you know the Nets. You know how they think. They undersized at every position. Like they think they're a small ball team. That's his mindset. He's probably thinking he's gonna play Drake at the 3. And
Oh God.
he's called Diego a combo guard. Like people asked him like, so you feel comfortable giving Diego the reins as the point guard, and Sean Marks directly into the camera in 4K said, I see him more as a combo guard. So what is he gonna do? He's going to play them as like Indiana, 3 guards, and that's what you're gonna see. That's the future that they're planning. But
what does that mean for Ben Saraf though?
Yo, you know what's so funny is that Cam Thomas is still here, but he was never part of the plan. Yo, and the whole thing that I thought was egregious is they made it seem like Cam Thomas had more opportunity than Johnathan Kuminga. That's not true. That's really not true, bro.
Breezy, they are going to sign him.
Hold on.
My hope is that Sean Marks gets fired and somebody who makes sense comes in and sees that there's like, you can't let talent walk out the door. You can't mistreat talent. You should have found a way to make it work in your system, because the one thing that's undeniable that he's going to admit, that everybody's going to admit, no matter what flaws the player got, is he is the best young scorer, pound for pound, in the NBA to me.
Yeah,
I'm a big scorer, bro. But Sean Marks don't have a vision for shit.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Go ahead, Paul.
Even if in looking like how they're planning for next year, you should have it in your mind like, damn it, if Darren Peterson falls in my lap, I'm taking him. Right? Like if it's Campbell's is not there and the bench is not there, right? And you have the pick, you have to take Peterson. And now you have how many guards? It's too many. And I think
cuss her off and get it over with. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like,
that's my time.
I'll never understand that Saraf pick, but
that's I'm on that time. Cuss her off, figure it out between. But let's go with your point. Let's say the basketball gods bless us with Darren Peterson. I don't know what that means for Cam. Because realistically, I don't think they owe Diego. Diego still got to fulfill his rookie contract. Drake Powell's got to fulfill his. Traore still got to fulfill his. Saraf is probably still going to be there. So you got 4 guards plus Cam Thomas. You take him because he's BPA, but where would he even fit? Does Diego go to the bench? Or Traore go to the bench? Do you put Traore and Peterson in the backcourt? Like, How do you work that out?
They just gotta figure it out to the best
They
of their
got to
ability.
figure it out. But this is why I say Sean Marks always gets it incomplete. If they felt this way about Traore, right, that they were going to take him at 19, then why take two guards?
Exactly.
Now you have conflicting pieces. You could have taken Maluach, which would have secured you at the 5. And I'm not even mad at picking Danny Wolf. You just got to play him at the 5. You got to tell him, he can't be a bitch. You got to play the 5. He's 7 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they baby that dude. That dude has to play the 5. He's too big and slow to be trying to play the 4. He's not gonna guard anybody. They're gonna bust his ass trying to guard these athletic force. But point being, let me just finish the point. I veered off. The reality is this general manager can't figure out a way to make it all work. He lets assets walk out the door for nothing, and he creates bad relationships. And this is a relationship business. The way he did the Cam Thomas situation is wrong. Like, you could have sat down with the agents and said, yo, the market is going to be fucked up. To be ignorant of the market and then allow them to be ignorant of the market, to think that they're going to get 30 mil, that's killing a relationship. And now that's going to create bad feelings, and that's how Cam Thomas gets out the door. They should have been sat him down like, look, we're going to let you go look, but it's no disrespect. This CBA is different. Like, I don't think they think dudes are smart, yo. Sit them down, explain.
Thanks a lot, CJ McCollum.
You know, exactly. Like, sit it down, explain to them what they did, what that created with the economics of basketball. Now, the guys at the top are gonna get huge contracts, and because they have that second apron is so abusive, it's a hard cap. They signed up for a hard cap. That means the guys in the middle, the young guys, like, not just Cam Thomas. It's not just Cam Thomas. It's a lot of players. It's a long list of restricted free agents.
What I'm saying is, in the entertainment world, this is the sad part of it, is that the business sullies up the actual art. The art of the game, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, again, that's why I don't lean into these business conversations with y'all, because it's nasty work, bro. And I'll listen to it, but I don't have much to say. You know, when you listen to my soliloquy, I'm talking about how he's going to fit with the rookies. And of course I don't know, but I believe it from what I've seen in the past. So that's when I get my confidence in the situation. And on top of that, if they drafted 3-2 guards, I'll be scared shitless. But at the end of the day, the way you win in the NBA, the way the Thunder showed you, the way the Pacers showed you, you do it with players in your depth chart. You don't do it with 5 players, even if you drafted your starting 5. You don't just do it with those 5. And whatever the next 5 is, Cam Thomas should be in that rotation over Kuminga. And I said why. And at the end of the day, when we look at the redraft, I'm gonna let the show go too. I'm not even tripping tonight. I ain't even think about clipping in none of that shit. Hold on. I understand. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not that I don't understand. But I'm a fan of the game. I'm not doing that whole business shit. The Brooklyn Nets got him by the short and curlies. Like, what you want me to tell you, bro? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to just playing basketball, Cam Thomas is talent-wise, he wouldn't go 27. I would draft him over Isaiah Jackson, Usman Garuba, Josh Christopher, Quentin Grimes, and I like some of these players. I even like Bones Highland, but I still draft him over that. Keon Johnson, Jalen Johnson, maybe Jalen Johnson might be in front of him. Definitely Kai Jones. Where you at, Leaf? I know Leaf moved to Texas. Shout out to Leaf. Trey Man, maybe or maybe not. But
At best, he might be 21,
maybe
or maybe 15.
maybe not
But
super
I
old,
don't think he. I think top 13, 14 is locked.
bro.
But maybe at 15.
Hold on, but I'm drafting him over Corey Kispert, Moses Moody, Chris Duarte, Joshua Prima, James Boone, Bo Knight. Maybe I would have stayed with Davion Mitchell. I mean, and Zaire Williams. No, Davion Mitchell, him too. Zaire Williams, definitely.
Him too.
Definitely Josh Giddey. Maybe I would have went with Jalen Suggs. Definitely
No,
Cam Thomas over
Cam
Jalen
Thomas over
Green.
Jalen Suggs.
Okay, Cam Thomas over Jalen Green. From what I've seen, bro. Cam Thomas met expectations at 27 and exceeded it. Jalen Green at number 2 pick did not meet expectations, and he got traded. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that to say Johnathan Kuminga, because that's the conversation. I'm not. No, in a redraft, he don't go 7. He not better than Fraz Wagner. He not better than Sagoon.
You still think they don't draft Kuminga over Cam Thomas in the redraft? I think they do.
But depending on just knowing what they did with the skill set and going heavy on the guard play, they're going to draft a guard over a wing. I mean, they just draft. And I get what I'm saying based off of what I just seen. They drafted 1 big man and 4 guards. So yeah, they would draft Cam Thomas over Kuminga because of that. But I don't want to be long-winded. Got Gary on the panel. PT was saying something. What up, Gary?
What up, Breeze? What up?
Chilling, man. I'm just, in a redraft, I'm looking at who will be where.
Look,
I think Cam Thomas wouldn't be 27. I think he'd probably be shy of a lottery like Brooklyn himself.
Yeah, he's a lottery pick. He's a lottery talent. But like, you guys took it as I don't want Cam Thomas here. No, Sean Marks doesn't want Cam Thomas here. And so, like, we just got to prepare for that reality. So, if he's not a part of the plans and Kuminga is, then go get Kuminga. Like, I mean,
you gotta push back versus Sean Marks because he didn't, bro. He hasn't made all of the wisest decisions when it came down to the free agency. If we don't critique Sean Marks and talk about our soliloquies about what we think he should do, and we just try to predict what they're gonna do, then they control our podcast. We gotta say.
Y'all gotta also remember the people that selected Cam is not here anymore. That entire whoever was in the draft room, the day that they selected Cam, they are not here anymore. I don't know if Sean Marks is on board with that. I don't know if they were.
Bro, it's like two.
But we know Katie was behind that, and maybe Jeff Peterson. They were high on Cam Thomas. We know this already.
And that
we don't know if Sean Marks was high on Cam Thomas.
No, hold on. And I gotta shout out Corey Vincent. Corey Vincent was assistant head coach at LSU. He is now assistant head coach with the Brooklyn Nets. So there is somebody on the draft board that was here when Cam Thomas got here.
Right, but do we know that Sean Marks was on board with that? Not saying that, they still had to make the pick. But do we know that he was like, yeah, Cam Thomas is our guy? We don't know. So to Gary's point, they might look at him as, we'll sign you now. We'll re-sign you, but in the near future, if something come up, we got guys here. You know what I'm saying? That we could just insert. We got Trey Horry if we can do that. We got Powell if we want to do that. Like I'm not saying I don't know.
It don't feel
I
right.
want Cam here. It's just I don't trust the front office with him. To Gary's point, I would love Cam to be a net for his career. It's just I don't trust Sean Marks and these niggas with him, man. I don't trust them. You can never trust these dudes with this good. Like if they can do right by him, I would love it. But like Gary said, I'm with Gary. Like I don't know his plans. Taking 3 guards, regardless if they not shooting guards. You took 3 guards. Right. What is your plan? What are you trying to do?
2 of them starting.
Exactly.
They didn't envision drafting 1 guard and then drafting 2 backups.
But y'all
Maybe
talking
one
about
of them
skill
is a
sets. None
backup.
of them got Cam Thomas skill set.
That don't matter to them.
That doesn't sound like how they want to play. They want to. He said everybody got to hold the ball for a half second. That's not
That's
even
Right.
D'Antoni
ridiculous,
7
bro.
seconds or less. That's
That
catch
don't
the ball and
sound like
pass.
Cam Thomas offense.
Bro, that's hold on. Realistically, bro, Cam Thomas play off ball. He don't.
Nah,
Not like that.
he's not. He's not a. Cam is not the. Cam,
Cam
Definitely not like
operates
that.
way
yeah,
more
Cam
with the
is.
ball in his hand. He
Yeah,
needs the
Cam
ball
is
in his
more
hand
of
to
a
ball.
ball.
Cam can play off the ball. I mean, look, you want him with the ball in his hand, but like, look at his catch and shoot numbers. They're really good.
He can, but
They're
is that how
excellent.
he's going to get the?
They're
Hey, can you?
excellent.
All right,
You just
Gary.
don't like
Let
to
me
play
ask you
like that.
this: can you ask Cam with all these playmakers we got? Hey, yo, we don't want you doing shot creating for most of the quarter. Just stand in the corner and catch and shoot.
No, that's not what you want. Of course.
Exactly.
But
You
why would
can't
they
ask
try
him
to
to do
turn him
that.
into a 3-player, like a 3-and-D player? Why would you do that?
Not
No,
a 3 and D.
no. See, now
Probably
you're
like
looking
a
at it.
Danny
You're looking at
Green
it
or
wrong.
something. I don't know.
You're looking at
Better
it
than
wrong,
Danny
though.
Green,
Nah,
man.
it's
Yo,
not.
this is
You gotta
wild,
look
bro.
like Lee was saying how Indiana. You know, Halliburton has the ball, and once that ball moves from him, they trying to move the ball within one dribble. They not trying to keep the
Exactly.
ball within 2-3 dribbles. You know what I'm saying? It's one dribble. You don't got no move. Swing that ball back around the court and keep it moving. With Cam, if you swinging the Cam, is he going to keep it moving, or he going to go 1-2-2 step back 3? You know what I mean? Is he going to do that type shit?
And the only exception on Indiana that we've seen do that, and he's really done it, and he can do it, is Nemhard. Other than that, every time they are in the half court, the ball is consistently moving. None of them niggas run ISO. So realistically, I don't know if they're trying to copy Indiana or based on what they saw in the playoffs, but they talking about this 5-second offense nonsense. I don't know how Cam fits into that. I think they're gonna have to put him within the flow of the offense and just have him
It's
like
not 5 seconds, LM. It's 0.05. It's a half second.
Either way, bro.
It's ridiculous, bro. Like, what are they? Yo, listen. At the end of the day, bro, Shorty Fernandez is the second-year head coach. Sean Marks hasn't shown that he could put a team together, and it's not like the moves they making are so sturdy that for us as podcasters, we must just oblige to their basketball wisdom. No, we supposed to be kicking up dust like, yo, that wasn't working. Maybe y'all should do it this way. So that's my whole soliloquy about why I'm gonna continue to do what I'm gonna do, bro. Like, bro, I've seen y'all say that he don't impact winning. I've seen him hit game winners. But Kuminga,
But game winners is not point because I think they look at it like game winners is fine, but like game winners don't determine the overall team structure of what we're trying to do. Like at the end of the day, the team, the year we were supposed to win, the year we were you could put it towards Jack Vaughn was a bad coach, but realistically, that was the time for Cam to show out.
Bro,
like it could have been the minutes or whatever, but
he was getting DNPs. Nobody knew why. He wasn't even hurt. He was just getting DNPs, so much so that the media started asking Jack Vaughn, why didn't you play Cam Thomas? He had some reason that, bro, nobody was buying it. Nobody was buying Jack Vaughn.
I didn't think we need to score. You know what I'm saying? That was his excuse. I didn't think we needed points. I didn't think we needed scoring. So
bro,
what else is he looking for? Yeah.
Ice, didn't you see when he went to the bench, it'd be scoring droughts? Am I pulling, like, you feel me? Like,
that's what John Vaughn said. We didn't need scoring. I thought the scoring was fine, and then you end up losing by not scoring. Like that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he got that check, and he just didn't care whether or not he was a good coach. You know what I mean? Like, I just look at it for what it's worth, bro. Would it come down to what he could do on a team, whether you got him starting or coming off the bench? If you drafted a player like this, like, who's in the draft right now that could score like Cam Thomas right now?
Trey Johnson.
Trey Johnson.
Ace Bailey.
It's Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey.
Okay,
I mean,
two players.
like, put some respect on his name. I keep saying Cam Thomas is one of the best scorers. Like, when you think about it, anywhere from the basket to the logo and everywhere in between, Cam Thomas can score. There's not a lot of guys. I mean, there's maybe 10 guys in the league like
We got 3 dudes coming up next year that can score like him.
We'll see.
And they all
We'll
in the
see.
top 4.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But like
maybe.
Cam Thomas,
No,
is
I'm talking about right
definitely.
now. Right now they can score like him. I'm not talking about when they make the league. I'm talking about right now they can score like him.
You're gonna say Trey
It's not
Johnson,
even
right? Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey, and then who's the third?
No, he said next year.
No, I said next year.
Next year's draft.
26.
Yeah.
But no,
the top
I
3.
said this year, yo, bro. I said this year. Y'all said 2 players and then skip to next year. So what I'm saying is, if that's what y'all gonna do, you gotta realize that's how good of a scorer he is.
That's not true, Reese. How do we know somebody not gonna blow up in this draft that we gonna see scoring the lights out?
Okay.
And be like, yo, he can score.
Okay,
He felt it. Like we don't know. We don't know.
Right.
We gotta see what these rookies
All
can
right,
do.
so no. So let's go with what we know, LM. And I'm asking you, and then we could just go around the panel. Who on the 2021 draft could score like Cam Thomas?
Think Cade.
Okay, that's one.
Y'all niggas is giving him slack, but Jalen Green can score, bro. I know niggas is getting on him for the playoff series, but Jalen Green can definitely score. I'll say Jalen. I'll put Jalen up there. I'll put Franz
2.
up there.
3.
I would put me personally. I think realistically because they ain't give 2021.
Same draft as Cam Thomas. Who can score
I said
like Cam
Cade. I
Thomas
said Jalen. I said Cade. I said Jalen. I said Franz. Trey Man.
Yeah.
Trey Man is up there. Trey Man can definitely score.
Trey Man? Okay. Not Terrence Man, Trey Man. Okay.
Trey
not Kyle
Man.
Jones.
Yeah, Trey Man. Right now, I think if he not an All-Star next year, I don't know how. Trey Murphy on New Orleans could definitely. He's a scorer. Jalen Johnson definitely a scorer. He up there. It's just you know what I'm saying. We gotta see what he do. There's a couple of them. I would say probably what I named 5.
Scotty Barnes.
So it's
I don't think
fair.
Scotty. I don't think Scotty can score like him. I'm like,
it's fair.
I might be different on that, but
so hold on. It's fair to say that he's a top 5 scorer in his own draft.
Yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say top 5, top 6 scorer in the draft. Yeah,
top 3.
I would say so. Top 3?
But
in his draft?
Okay.
Yeah. Scorer?
Yeah, just scorer. Not player, but just scorer.
I guess obviously I wouldn't argue top 3. I don't think Scotty Barnes a better scorer than him though.
I thought y'all was talking better player.
No, he's just talking about scoring.
No, just scorer. Because again, the whole thing was I was saying like Kuminga, even if y'all did decide to have him here, he don't score the ball like Cam Thomas, bro. So we went backwards when it comes down to shot creation. So
I named 5 who I think can score with him. Like the 5 I named is the 5 I think can score with him. But in terms of him being like, in terms of that, he probably a top 5 scorer in this draft.
I said I got Cade, I got Franz, Jalen Green, not really, bro. Evan Mobley, on some nights, I guess. But if just being solid, I give it to Cade. I say Sagoon is up there. I think Sagoon can really put points up. I give it to Franz. And I'm not saying they better.
Wait, Todd, you got Cam at 3 in terms of scorer in this draft?
I know I don't know anybody in like that many people in this draft that
This
audio probably faded out. We'll be right back.
I don't think there's a lot of scores in this draft though.
Right?
Besides, it really isn't. Like for me, I would like my 5 is just because I've seen him score. Like Franz went on a scoring run after Paolo went out. Like that nigga got 30 point games every week. They had game winners, all that. So Fonz can score. That's why I put him up there.
So
Jalen Johnson is up there for me. Trey Mann is a scorer on Charlotte. He can get to his spots. He's a walking bucket. But
The thing is with Cam, right? To see if he can carry a team, the team has to be a decent team to see if it's just scoring or it's just, you know what I'm saying, or he can really carry a team, you know what I'm saying, with the scoring and the gravity he brings. I think that's the problem that you don't get to see with him. The team is always broken up and he's always mismatched and he don't get his time and, you know what I'm saying, misused, mishandled. I think that's another problem that he has within the organization is that they don't have a team where, all right, Cam, go ahead and see if we got a decent team. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying, give you the keys and see if you can carry the team. Then you can tell if it's really just, you know what I'm saying, just him grabbing buckets or him really carrying the team like that.
I think him coming to Brooklyn was a blessing and a curse. Because I feel like realistically, he came on a champion. He was placed on a championship roster. Like regardless of the fact Steve Nash is a horrible coach. Like say the 2014 team with Golden State. Say Cam gets drafted there. You now on a team with Steph, Clay, Kevin Durant, Draymond. Like you on a championship roster. They trying to go for a chip next year. Where's the minutes for him? Are you going to play him? Like it was just a blessing and a curse for him to fall to us, but at the same time, it's like, do you even play a rookie on the championship level team where we trying to get a ring? Like, do you throw him in the fire that quick? Like, I don't know. I think it was a blessing and a curse. Like, yeah, it's good that he's a net, but it was just wrong time. I feel like if we had the 2017 team, like with D'Lo, like that team, that 2019 team, I feel like he would have fit perfectly because now you can throw him in the lineup next to D'Lo. Now he can develop with the mob squad and all that, and you can see what he could really go into. But you know what I'm saying? I think he just came here like at a bad time because they wasn't gonna play him over the veterans.
Over Joe Harris and Patty Mills, they was wilding, bro. Hold on. Yo, Jamal on the panel. Jamal, what up, Jamal?
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's good, Breezy? What's good, LM? What's good, Garrett? What's good, y'all?
What's good, man?
I was in the comments and I'm arguing, with player one. Not arguing, but disagreeing.
What y'all was saying? Talk to us.
No, about CT is just compare him to a lot of players. Like I said, a lot of his peers is giving him nothing but praise. Draymond Green, Paul George, all of them is saying that he's a hard player to guard. They don't like even what's his name? Gilbert Arenas was saying Brooklyn don't know what they're doing with him. So if all these players are saying the same thing, and Brooklyn seem like they don't have the idea of what direction to go with him, but everybody else is saying that he's hard to guard, why not just try to put the ball in his hands and see see where it goes? He never had that opportunity. When Mikal Bridges was here, they tried to make Mikal the focal point, and he wasn't. They tried to just do that because of KD. They wanted to show that they did something.
What happened last year?
Last year, what happened last year? He had the ball in his hands, but at the same time, it wasn't predicated on him. It wasn't like the offense wasn't really running through him. It was running through Shooter.
Yeah, like when I say what happened last year, I don't mean it in I mean it in you have to analyze what happened last year for how people is looking at him right now in the real time. Like other NBA teams, part of Cam's problem right now in negotiating is nobody really has the cap space or really wants to pay $30 million for a player of his level. It's not nothing bad against Cam Thomas.
Bro, where's that rumor coming from, bro? Who said
But Sacramento gave Dennis Schroeder like 3 years, 48 mil or some shit. Like come on, bro.
It's the fact that, but it's just the fact that you can't give him 25. You gave Cam Johnson money. You gave Claxton money. You can't give him 25.
They don't need to. Like, can I respond to
The new
that real
CBA
quick?
made new rules, my bro. It's new rules. Yo, the money that Dayron and Zaire had to take, that shit is crazy. But they had no choice
because
they
of the
could
CBA.
they fuck around, go into open market and end up in China. That's the new CBA. It's not no team in particular. It's the new CBA.
Thank CJ McCollum for Cam not being signed sooner. These are these niggas' fault. They was jealous of what Steph and them niggas was doing in Golden State, and this was their way of getting back. And now this shit is affecting the entire NBA as to where niggas in the middle can't even get what y'all think owed or deserve, because this is how tight it is. The owners is not trying to go above the second apron, not even trying to reach it. You saw how quick Brad Stevens got rid of Drew Holiday and Porzingis. As soon as the finals is over,
look what
got
they
them
did
niggas
to
straight up.
look
out
what
of
they
it.
did to Josh Giddey. They traded for Josh Giddey. Now they don't want to pay him. You know why? They don't have to. Who could pay him? Nobody but them. So they just like wait for they like let Josh be mad. Let Josh sit on the sidelines. They made their offer. Their offer is their offer, and he's gonna have to take it because there's nowhere for him to go. That's all.
Same thing with Cam.
Free agents.
So Paul, so I got a question,
right,
right?
man. What about the morale of the whole situation? See,
I was just about to say that.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But the fucked up thing is, if you look at it,
integrity, man.
If you look at it in a cold-blooded business way, salary cap space is the whole game right now. They not only did they negotiate these crazy contracts, they negotiated a hard cap. Teams rather buy you out. Yo, think about this.
Hold on. What I'm saying is
$111 million. Milwaukee, a small market team, they rather buy out the player than keep
Boy,
rocking.
Dame right out. Sent that nigga to wave.
Right.
Not even a scrub player. Not even a player that if you held on, you could probably trade him down the road or something like that. The contract is too crazy, but it's expiring. Nah.
Look. See,
111 mil. That should have told everybody that it's a whole fucking new game.
But we don't know what game will come back to.
Listen. This is what I'm saying, right? It's nasty work. It shows how cold the business is. Now, Miles Turner was on the Pacers since he got drafted. You see everything that was going on with him in the Bucks. Pacers didn't want to pay him. Bucks picked him right up. Now I'm saying that to say that's the business of it, but they don't make it better. The CBA doing all of this extra shit, it leads to a stain on the jacket. You know what I mean? Excuse me. It doesn't make them look good. It just like that's why I like players and what happened with Dirk and with Dallas and how they kept him. That's why I'm glad the fans had that uproar. Like, yo, how you gonna do that with Luka? Y'all making everything all about business. It strips the integrity of the game, the morale of it. You know what I'm saying? What it means to the fans. You just looking at these. I seen Kevin Love even post something the other day. Said, "Wow, I didn't know I was just a math problem or some shit like that." Like he got traded just because the contracts made sense. That element of business is nasty work to basketball, bro. They got to do better. It's not for them to continue that, bro.
It's nasty work, bro. If you're not in the top echelon of players in the NBA, we saw what Shet just got the few hours ago. If you're not in that top echelon of players, bro, then you pretty much screwed in terms of the players with Cam Thomas and Kuminga, the players in the middle. You're gonna be screwed. And the integrity part of it is cool. Like I'm with the integrity part. Play your guys. I want Cam here. It's just you can't ignore the business part of it because this new CBA is why a lot of fan favorites, niggas that favorite players on the team is going to get screwed over and they might be on a different team because these owners is not trying to go over the second apron. It's a tough battle out here, and it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. Like
LM,
this shit is nasty work.
LM, it's so crazy that they let they let players walk instead of holding them in and RFAs. They don't care. They're sending a message to the players that we run this fucking league. And they fell for it. Because they saw, you know what they saw? They saw, damn it, I could get an $80 million contract in 2 years. And when they started making those calculations in their mind, they didn't think about nobody else. They was like,
right, but that's what I'm again, this is what I'm
That's
saying.
the nasty part.
Hold on, that's what I said about the media, but now I'm saying it about the business of basketball. It's like they try to make the business of basketball bigger than the actual game being played. It's so annoying. It's just part of it, bro. Like, stop trying to, make everything about the business. Business is essential, but fans are not tuned in to see ink to paper. Fans are not tuned in to see what Penny used to sign the contract. Fans are tuned in to see the tween crossovers. They do want to see beautiful basketball being played, whether it be on the ice or a basketball action like a piano or a driving kick. They want to see that, bro. But again, when to Jay's point, he said it yesterday. Y'all should go rewatch that stream, bro. He's basically saying, like, bro, they took the opportunities away from him by giving him all of those DNPs where he deserved to get minutes. I heard Nets Press had that soliloquy earlier about how, Kerr didn't like Kuminga. Jacque Vaughn and Steve Nash didn't like, what I'm saying? Cam Thomas. It's the same story. You know what I mean? Kevin Ollie was the only one that really featured Cam Thomas as the number one option, and that was short-lived. So I'm just saying, man, you take morale and integrity out of the game because of business, it's going to affect the players, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but with our favorite players or just the team in general, or the players we like, they're making it so now we have to focus on the business aspect. Like realistically, you're right. Nobody really care about what's going on. We just want to see our favorite players ball out on the court. But the fact of the matter is, those players that we like gotta focus on that part of the aspect now because it's a life or death moment between them wanting to stay and on their team or having to go somewhere else where a team can give them the money they're looking for. Like it's a nasty business, but we got to take that into account now. They're making us taking it into account because realistically, the agents is going, you know what I'm saying, negotiate. Oh, I think this player is worth 30 mil. I think this player is worth 40 or yada, yada, yada. And these owners is going to play hardball and be like, yeah, well, not in this new CBA. We're not doing that.
And that's why I agree with Pond. That's because you gotta look at it. If that was you in the situation, right, and you came to this team, you've been here for like 5 years, you've been mistreated, mishandled, you putting up all the points, trying to get paid. You probably take a 1-year contract. As soon as you become a free agent, you're not coming back to the Nets. You out. Like, nah, bro. Like I had enough of this. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it makes you focus on the business. I'm not even a business guy. I just watch the talent. But now you gotta focus on the money.
Right, me neither. Exactly. Right. Me neither. Right. I don't care about the business.
Yo, I got a question.
They making you care about it though.
Listen, and listen to that Cam Thomas interview where he talked about it, bro. You could tell that shit take the soul out of the basketball because he loved playing basketball, but the business side could take so much from a player, bro. Like, and I seen that in his interview. He was just like, when they asked him the question, he was like, yo, I understand the business side. I would love to play with Brooklyn. I got love here, build relationships. I got drafted here, so it's love here. He's not being difficult. I don't think he's the one being difficult. It's everything y'all said. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, that's why I said Kevin Durant and Steve Nash, they could go about that interview the way they did, so nonchalant in their soliloquy. The Brooklyn Nets fans, we had a lot riding on that run, but them, that's just a bucket list. You know what I mean? Oh, son just struck something off my bucket list. Like, meanwhile, you left us in shambles. Now we gotta rebuild from the ground up, which is fine. We good now. I ain't tripping off it, but it doesn't exude competitiveness. It exudes, this is what I do. I play basketball. I win sometime. I lose sometime. No real passion to actually win. He said they was locked in. I don't see that as a consistent of what I've seen. I'm not saying I'm not trying to call that man a liar, but Kevin Durant is a talented player. But to say Steve Nash was locked in, I didn't see it. If Kevin Durant want to say he was locked in, I'll leave it alone. You know what I mean? But Steve Nash, he wasn't locked in. He just said but Steve Nash didn't even say that. That's not even his words. Steve Nash's words was, I couldn't coach the way I wanted to coach. So who was in front of you? They hired you like on some buddy shit, but you don't coach the way you want to coach. I just think it was, I didn't like their soliloquies, man. I didn't like how they was talking about the Brooklyn Nets and how they, you know what I mean, just so nonchalant about us losing and the whole thing that was going on. So yeah, man, I wasn't satisfied. You know what I mean? So what y'all be saying about Sean Marks and all of that, I get it, but while he here, I be hoping he listens to podcasts like me, Gary's, Ice, so he listens to what we saying, what he should do, opposed to making it seem like he ain't got help. We trying to help you, Sean Marks. I'm out here streaming every day, hoping you do the right thing.
Hey, you see that?
That nigga not listening to none of us, bro. Nigga got an ego the size of whatever. Like that nigga ain't listening. No, if he was listening to us, this team would look way better than what it should.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like they don't listen to us.
They do listen. They do hear us. They may not. They may not.
They don't seem like they do.
They do hear us. You saw that room of clapping ass sycophants.
Yeah.
and when they were at the draft, every draft
shit was
pick,
pissing me off, yo.
Them motherfuckers listen to us. They be in our spaces. They be in this. They be listening to this show. They listen. They know. Like the maddest. The dudes that argue with me the hardest. Pause. Is dudes that come out of nowhere, got 4 followers, and just out of the blue just want to argue about Sean Marks. I know who you are. You one of these clapping seals that clap for every draft pick like you wanted to or something. Like it's crazy.
Niggas was clapping like they drafted LeBron or some shit, man. Like that shit just pissed me off.
When I saw that shit, I was like, yo, did they get ace? Did I miss something? They got ace.
I said the same thing, because I would have been throwing chairs, all types of shit. I would have wrecked that room, bro.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? That
and it's like during
the whole room.
the Jaeger pick, I calmed down. I was like, all right, fine.
No, I'm not even
Traore. I wasn't even mad at the picks. Like Jaeger, I was like, oh, all right, whatever.
Nah.
Even Traore, I was like, all right. It could be worse. All right, fine.
When he started clapping for Ben, when he started clapping for Ben,
yo, almost threw my remote at the TV, son. That shit pissed me off so bad.
Yo, I knew this. I was like, they said Ben Saraf. All of regular Nets fans was shocked. Everybody was like, oh shit.
Facts.
Because Rasheer was right there. There was like, because everybody was like already high-fiving, like, yeah. Rasheer fell to us. We got that nigga. I was like looking at the timeline after the fact at what everybody said. It was like, oh my God, it's destiny. That nigga fell to us. We got him. Ben Saraf. Everybody was looking at each other like, what?
Right.
Yeah, you want
to I was about to crash out, yo. That shit pissed me off so bad. I was like, nah, let me chill out, but
yo, I got a question for the panel.
Throwing a fuse.
I got a question for the panel though, right?
I just want to hold on, Jamal. I just wanted to show PT something real quick, bro. This how happy I'll be. This how happy I was. You know what I'm saying? Before the draft, before I knew who we was getting, I just wanted to show you how happy I was, bro. And then that all changed. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Jamal.
I just wanted to ask the panel, like, what was Ben up? Not y'all got me talking about Ben Saraf, but what was Booker before Chris Paul came?
Before Chris Paul came, I mean, from what I remember correctly, they was just calling him empty stats. Like, oh, he a good scorer, but what
Didn't he
has
have
he
a
done
good
for his
playoff
team?
series though with him and AD or some shit? Like why I feel like in the
I
Pelicans,
don't think they made the playoffs before Chris Paul went.
Nope.
Before they didn't make the
Nope.
playoffs.
nope.
Nope.
Damn.
So,
He was.
but I
He was.
know
He was.
Devin Booker was being looked at as just like an empty stats. He
He
can
was. He
drop
was Cam
30, but
Thomas.
can he lead his team?
He was
Yeah,
Cam Thomas.
he got Chris Paul, and then they made that run, and they finally won games, and they had a winning season, and then the trajectory, the viewpoint on him changed. Like, oh, he's one of the top three shooting guards in the league, and his game changed with CP3 coming there in terms of reading the offense and not being just a scorer but being overall. But yeah, it definitely changed. The viewpoint on him changed when
Now, what is
CP3
he
got there.
after? What is he after CP?
All-Star. I mean, he's been to the finals. I mean, now he's probably not that echelon that we talking about, a top 20-ish players in the NBA.
See, the
As of right
thing is,
now.
the team changed with Booker, but they did they call him exactly what Ellen said, empty stats. That's what they was calling him before. Until the
And I was a
team
huge
put
advocate
together.
of Booker. You know what I'm
And
saying?
this is what
I'm a
I'm trying to
Kentucky
say.
fan.
This is what I'm trying to say. A team had to be put around him, right? They had to get players in to pair him up.
Crowder.
So that's all I'm saying with Cam Thomas. If we not trying to build a team around him or whatever, because I think the ego pick is kind of catered towards Cam, but I could be wrong.
It's
It is what it
perfect
is.
for Cam.
It is.
What's not perfect for Cam is the Traore pick. And
Exactly.
I didn't understand that
Powell
one.
pick.
And the Powell pick, right?
Powell-
Even
the
probably
Powell
the Ben Surratt pick. I don't
But
know.
the Powell pick, I see him as a small forward.
Nah, he's a 2. He's a 2 through and through.
He
To me, he is. He can play the 3, but he's a 2
Sean
to
Marks
me.
will play a small 3, but I don't think you could play a small 3. I don't think you could play a small 3 when you have if Cam Thomas is your 2.
Right.
Because he give me J-Dub vibes.
Yeah. He's something like that.
I think
like that.
I think he can be like a
plays
Herb Jones
defense,
with high athleticism.
You know how J-Dub is physical with you? J-Dub is closer to Draymond, excuse me, Dayron. Is closer to Draymond than he is like a I don't know.
Yeah, because they compared him to J-Dub and they also compared him to Kawhi.
Yeah, he's like Kawhi to me.
Yeah.
I said it last year on this very channel. I see like I was telling him about players that were coming out, and that was before he went to UNC, and UNC tried to ruin his career. But
definitely did.
He's just, how like when Kawhi is really on his shit, he's just strong and just like unstoppable. Like he's like a robot. He's got a lot of that shit to him.
Yeah, he got a high motor.
But he's better offensively than Kawhi coming into the league, though.
Yeah, he got a high motor.
He's way more offensively polished than Kawhi coming into the league. That's what makes it scary. Like
you know why I don't go that way? Because I know what Kawhi became, and he became like maybe like the best jump shooter. People think it's give it to Durant. Like, yo, I think it's close with him and Kawhi. Like just jump shooting, just making.
Oh, the mid range, yeah.
Hold
mid
on,
range is money for Kawhi.
Let's go to Jamal. I wanted to hear what he was going to say. He sounded like he was going to say something about Drake Powell. I'm kind of disappointed he's not going to be in the summer league. But what was he? What would you said about him, Jamal?
No, I just think he got a high ceiling if he get developed the proper way. Because if you don't develop him the right way, he's gonna just fall. Probably go to another team and ball out.
But hold on, what about what PT and Brooklyn LLM said? I mean, because from what it seemed like, he was very professional. knowing that he probably should have got more minutes with UNC. And I heard he was coming off of the bench. How that play out?
Yeah, I heard
He
it.
didn't come off the bench. He's a starter.
Yeah, I heard that somebody in the organization was his uncle or something like that.
So how they try to ruin his career if he was a starter? I don't get it. What happened?
Hubert Davis.
He had the lowest in the history of the NBA draft of players that got drafted in the first round. No one has ever had a lower usage rate than Drake Powell. They just had too many cooks in the kitchen at North Carolina, and Hubert Davis didn't know how to like. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know how to like make it all work together. There was no game plan. So, but the thing is, Drake was Drake. He played high level defense. He shot near 40% from three, and you could see like he's like, look at how he's built. He's built like an NBA player already, and he's only 19 years old. He just needs a mean streak. All that nice guy shit, he gotta leave that shit alone. Like he gotta leave that shit back in North Carolina.
He a good kid. He a good kid.
If you gave him like a Anthony Edwards personality, he would literally be like the perfect prospect on this team.
What happened briefly with him is Hubert Davis is his cousin, but they started him at first and he started hooping, and then they decided to put him on the bench, like Pod saying. Once they put him on the bench, they started to realize, like, hold up, it's not working the same way, because they did that to him and Ian Jackson. Then they let Ian start, and they found out that they needed Drake, so then they put him back in the game. But you know what I'm saying? By that time, the season going along, it took away from him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing good. But
it was like five different lineups. It was five different lineups by half of the way through the season. It was
so what was he playing the whole time? Small guard or small forward or both?
Both.
He was playing both, small forward and shooting.
If Ian Jackson was in the game, it could be, I forgot their point guard's name, but it would be their point guard, Ian Jackson, who really is a point guard, or at least was developing into a point guard, combo guard, a small combo guard. And Drake, and it just looked crazy sometimes. It's because they had upperclassmen that played their position, and they didn't know how to mix the upperclassmen with the 5-star players, so they completely botched his college career. It made him look crazy. He was top 7. Always. He never was lower than 7. I used to think, like, damn it, how can the Nets get Ace and Drake?
I thought Drake was gonna be a top, like, out of high school going to U. I thought he was gonna be a top 10 pick.
Right?
Like
if he came straight out of high school,
that way.
Yo, LM, if he came straight out of high school and no one ever saw what his college tape, if he came straight out of high school in 2024, where would he have gone?
That nigga probably would have went top 3, or he probably would have been the number 1 pick.
He probably would have been the number 1 pick, right? That's how crazy.
In 2020, that 2024 draft, yeah, he definitely would have been the number 1 pick.
With his high school resume, and again, the other cheating part is Cooper's not there, Ace is not there, and Dylan is not there. But just on some like straight out of high school, straight out of North Carolina, the tape that he put out there, he would have went in the top 3, no doubt in my mind.
Or I think if he even went to if you put him on Rutgers, I think he might perform differently.
Yeah, he would have helped them big time.
He would have helped Ace and Dylan big time, and he might have rose his stock too.
He needed his own team.
He needed his own, right? I think he needed his own team for sure.
Drake Powell was that good, but he needed his own team,
bro.
Yeah, have you seen his high school?
Nah, Breeze. He changed. They said when he sat on the bench, that changed everything for them. Like it took them a while, like Kyle saying, it took them a while to figure it out. But you even heard the announcer say they finally realized that this dude needs to start every game. That's how big of an impact he has on it.
Every UNC fan knew it. Every UNC fan knew it. Every time you watched him, he was just the best player.
He don't take a play off. He don't take a play off. That's what it is. He's always high energy.
That nigga had a fast break block. Like he jumped, he was damn near on top of the backboard, got the block, ran up the court, and I think got a dunk or a three or some shit. I'm like, yo, this man is sick.
26 blocks, 25 steals, bro. 26 blocks. Imagine not starting and still have 25 blocks, 25 steals. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild.
At 6'6", mind you. At 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan.
That's what that's what I'm saying. In a perfect net world, what I want Sean Marks to listen to the podcast and hear me say is you keep Diego and Nolan at point, you keep Cam Thomas and Drake at 2. You good.
I think Drake could go to the 3 though.
He can, but I mean, we got Zaire.
Him and Cam? But I'm saying him and Cam?
No.
'Cause you make up for the defense for Cam.
No, you gotta give the player his physical advantages. His physical advantages are at the 2. We always do that. We always try to make him make up for something. It's like, no, if he's a 2 guard with a 7-foot wingspan and a 43-inch vertical, you let him keep those advantages over the 2 guards.
Because he's taller than he's taller than him.
But
that's like saying
hold on. Let me get this off. Yo, his future is not guarding Ace Bailey at small forward. Ace Bailey, Brandon Miller, that's the future of small forwards.
That's what I'm saying.
You want him guarding shooting guards. You want him on Trey Johnson.
You want him on Trey, you want him on Booker, you want him on Ant, you want him
on VJ.
Donovan.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all can't look at freaking a decade of Joe Harris trying to guard Melo and say, no, let's move him.
Yo, that was insanity, yo.
That was nasty work.
That was insanity. Like he would ride LeBron like a horse. Like, and LeBron was still dunked with Joe Harris riding on his back. Like,
that's crazy.
Yo, it's ridiculous that we're even thinking about that.
The last season before, we saw Royce O'Neal, that Phoenix game. We saw Royce O'Neal guarding fucking Nurkic on Phoenix, and that shit was nasty.
Hold on, let's get through some of the content. I just wanted to react to some of the stuff. This MPJ, I think there's some talking about being
I'm really excited for this next chapter out here in Brooklyn. I think over there in Denver, I felt like my ceiling had kind of plateaued. You know, we have a very we just have a way of playing, you know, and how Joker plays, how Jamal plays, that 2-man game is very potent, and you know, that's how we play. And I'm so appreciative of the way we play. We end up winning a championship, but I do feel like my ceiling in Denver kind of plateaued a little bit, and I'm excited for this next chapter in Brooklyn for sure. It's crazy because me and
some niggas so
like, bro, he said, man, let me record this goddamn video. I was just about to have a mimosa. I was just about to have he probably had the lady, you know what I'm saying, sitting next to him. He told him to leave the situation. He didn't want to make this video, bro.
No, he didn't.
My thing is, who's gonna be the leading scorer next year, MPJ or Cam?
Cam Thomas definitely. I heard he hurt.
He's one of the few players that's not gonna like living in Brooklyn. He's probably gonna live in New Jersey, like Gerald Wallace did. Need to be in the
listen. What I'm saying is, he sound disgruntled. He sound like he didn't want to leave Denver.
They went from a championship roster to Brooklyn.
He's still talking about you heard what he said? He's still talking about I love the way we play. He's talking about Denver. He's not talking about
Denver. I went from playing with Jokic to a team with rookies and Wardy. Like, respectfully, like you kind of feel away too.
He's also telling you on the low, like, I'm about to shoot the ball every time. And nobody's gonna stop me. That's
on the whole video.
I ain't gonna hold you. Diego might be the rookie league leader in assists on this team. I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga gonna have shooters to pass out to, boy.
What did he say, Ice? What did he say?
Nah, on the whole video, he was just going through he went through the motions on there, saying like he already knew at some point if they wasn't winning championships, you know what I'm saying, they was gonna start moving pieces, and he already knew he was one of the pieces that was gonna get moved, because he was like, they was talking about how I'm gonna be on the bench coming off with the second unit and stuff like that before he got traded. So he said I was out and I got the call and I already knew, like, where am I going? You know what I'm saying? I said that was his attitude. Where am I going? You know what I'm saying? They say Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Because he said it like, y'all can't win without me. That sounds like his overtone, like Jamal Murray and Jokic think they could do this without me.
Nah, he was saying
Nah, it's not that breezy.
he said like he feel like he wasn't growing no more over there. Like his role was his role, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? He was limited to just catch and shoot. You know what I'm saying? Go to the basket.
Y'all think he more of a catch and shoot player? Y'all think he?
No, he definitely was, and I don't think he's that anymore. But he was back in his high school days. And
yeah, he's not that anymore.
Yeah, he's not.
He's injured right now.
Facts.
He's not even starting the season with us.
He
probably,
might, but he's injured right now.
He said he had to get, even in the playoffs, his shoulder was out the socket, so he had needles every game before the game so he can play.
The socket.
He ain't gonna give us much wings.
So he was playing with one arm basically.
Yo, bro, I dislocated my shoulder before, bro. I don't see how you can play basketball like that, bro.
Let him shoot all the shots he want, bro.
It's not like an unbearable pain, but it's like a pain. It hurt and it don't go away.
I did it before too.
Like you gotta locate your shoulder after you dislocate it. It's dislocated and located. Yeah. Locate your shoulder, bro. Don't go back in again. And it's not even hard. I went to the hospital because I had my shoulder dislocated for the first time. But after that, I learned how to locate my shoulder after it like dislocated before. Like I learned how to do it on my own without going to the hospital, bro. That shit embarrassing. You can't go to the hospital every time you dislocate your shoulder.
Nah, I did it myself.
Together, man.
I did it myself. The first week we had the COVID shut down, man. I slipped on some stairs, dislocated. I got back upstairs and popped it back in myself. But it's not right for about 3 months. And then what's the name did it right? What's the name did it as well? Kyrie did it when he was with us. Remember, his shoulder was not well for about 3 or 4 months. So that's how long it takes.
Can we talk about Sean Marks liking injured players? Like he got a thing for injured players.
No, bro, I tell you, I said we the rehab center, bro. We the rehab center, bro. It don't matter what injury you got. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? To the
everybody, KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, Emmitt Sumner. Who else? Drake Powell now. MPJ, all these injured players.
Derek
Whitehead. We must got Doogie Howser at one of these hospitals or something, yo, because this shit is ridiculous. They definitely loved. They love injured players, bro.
Yo, he just be like, yo, you injured? Come sign with the Nets.
I will say this: the Nets team doctor Riley Williams did my daughter's knee surgery, and she's back, and she just signed a contract with Dance Theater Harlem. So shout out to Dr. Riley for getting my daughter's knee back right.
Yeah, but when we talk about MPJ, one of the things that also is going on is, his defense was suspect. So that's also, that also was a thing with him in terms of not playing the defense that Denver needed him to play in order to be on the floor as long. So he could talk all that stuff about, Jokic and the point guard, but really it's like, yo, if you just came in and did your job, they wouldn't have been thinking about moving you to the second unit and all that.
I mean, they're not getting better defensively with Cam Johnson either.
But you know what it is? He did an interview with Taylor Rooks not too long ago, and he said he still got back pain. So it's like, I don't know.
That's what I said.
Don't put him at the 4.
That's what I said about having them back surgeries. It's not an easy thing to get over, and you constantly got to rehab no matter what, bro. Every day for him, and Ben is the same way. They got to rehab every day, bro. They don't get no days off. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't nothing to play with.
Nah, it's not. Seriously, when I had a back injury, bro, and I'll stop telling this story because this shit is reliving the past, bro. This shit tough. Bro, trust me, bro. That shit, it's the middle of your body. You know what I mean? Like, it was my lower back, bro. That shit put me out of commission. And the only way that I got right is, for one, patience. You got to be mentally tough to get through that shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Stretching. Not even so much working out, but the stretching part of it. You know what I mean? Like, the stretching was really important. And then when I started playing basketball again, it is in the back of your mind. You know what I'm saying? It is cautiousness. It is, let me not forget that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you definitely playing that way too. You know, you might be, I won't say timid is the wrong word, but cautious is a good word. So yeah, these players, it's not that they lack confidence, it's that they being cautious. When you seen Ben Simmons, he's staying in front of the player. The reason why his defense got bad is because they NBA players. Yeah, he was sliding his feet with them, but when it was time to jump to contest, he would never jump. And as an NBA player, 9 times out of 10, you jump, you could see the rim. You see right over the play hand. That hand ain't in the way, especially if he not jumping with you. Like, and you could, and there's no contest. It's just you in the rim. You could see it from right where you at from the jump shot, and that's why his defense was bad. But his defense was bad because he wasn't jumping. He like, fuck that. Like, y'all want me to play defense, I'll play, but I ain't jumping to contest. Y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it, but that's why I just think that, to PT's point, you shouldn't fuck up the rest of the middle of the NBA where the top players get all of this money and then you ain't got no money for other players. I remember we had Kevin Durant on the team, and that same season with KD, Kyrie, and Harden, you know who got the most minutes? Bruce Brown, and he was getting paid the least. Yo, that's my whole point, bro. The players that be getting the most minutes on teams, sometimes they don't even be the star players. You want it to be the star players, but sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, man. I just want them to realize that paying these guys that's maybe your 6th, 7th, 8th man is important, and make it a thing where you making basketball about the team, about 10 players, about 8, 9, 10 players. Don't make it about 1 or 2 players. You know, you make it about the star and you just think everybody is plug and play. That's not true. You know, you can't just plug and play players and say, okay, this is the system, make it work. Nah, you gotta continue adding on to their skill set.
Well,
is MPJ gonna be okay with playing? Like, if he injured, like, are you gonna? Should he start?
Yeah, he ain't missed that many games, bro. But he be playing through it. You know what I'm saying? He's at the point now that he gonna deal with it and he gonna keep rehabbing. You know what I'm saying? Unless the shit gets bad where he can't play. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna sit out. You know what I'm saying? So he played through it. Even when they won the championship, he said, I played bad, but during that championship, I was still rehabbing from the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad that should be. And for him, that he had 3 surgeries. You know what I'm saying?
The older he gets, the worse it gets. It doesn't get better from here. I wanted to ask Breezy and to, you know, if you know, you the QB of the show, so you tell me if this is a question that could go around. Like, how do you see the Nets trade for Cam Johnson? Did they get the 1st round pick for Cam Johnson, or did they get the 1st round pick for holding that cap space, that 40 mil? Now, 27 or 20 mil or whatever, I forget what Cam Johnson is making. He makes half what the other dude made. So it feels like to me we got a 1st round pick for holding for holding 20 million more in cap space for basically the same exact dude. Do y'all? And I see what you said. I feel like we didn't get anything for Cam Johnson. That Sean Marks held him this whole time, and he didn't get anything for Cam Johnson. I'm wondering to the panel, do y'all see it different? Like, what did they get for Cam Johnson?
It's funny, Pod, but that's it. I say they're the same player, but throughout the spaces that I've been in, everyone thinks Cam Johnson is the better player. They think he's better than MPJ. So I would think it don't matter about MPJ's money. I think they got MPJ and they got a pick for Cam. That's what it was. Because so far, no one thinks he's Cam. MPJ is better than Cam. No one that I run into said, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I think they're the same player. Like you think the same player, but people think he's legitly better than MPJ.
Ice. When I heard all of that, man, I just got to keep in mind. Wait a minute, Colorado's one of the first states to legalize weed. Cause I'm like, yo, y'all must be smoking if you really think that Cam is all the things that y'all say he is. But hey, I mean, I feel like also when it's the national guys saying it, I feel like y'all probably haven't seen Cam Johnson play since he was running with Phoenix. And so you just think that Cam is that Phoenix guy that he was.
I think Cam Johnson is that guy, and I think he should have never left the Western Conference. Everybody knows that notoriously the Western Conference is a faster paced basketball game than the Eastern Conference. So yeah, I think it fits him better, it suits him better. I think they did get I think Cam Johnson is going to play good basketball here. But I wanted to show y'all this also too far as content. Tony Teflon, he tagged me. He said, the Brooklyn Nets renounced free agents' rights for LaMarcus Aldridge, Wilson Chandler, Mike James, DeAnthony Melton, Dennis Smith Jr. And he wrote Cam Thomas $20+ million deal on the way. Now, I'm just saying there is optimism from the fans in the contract being signed.
That sounds right to me. There's no way they're gonna let him walk for nothing. No way.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds right to me too. He's definitely getting re-signed.
If they had no intentions on signing him back, they should have just traded him during the draft.
But remember, they could just add him at the last minute. They trying to maximize everything and just make sure. And then remember, they could go over to sign him since he's there. So that's all that really matters. Everybody's panicking, like, oh no, why didn't they sign him? It's another week and they still haven't signed him. It's like, because that's the order of business. That's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, because look at Quentin Grimes. He didn't get signed back yet.
Look at what Grimes is asking for though in his new CBA. I think that's another. I think that's also it too. I think these teams is letting them go back and be like, oh, okay, y'all want this money? Go out there and see who's gonna offer y'all that. Then come back to us when you're ready. Take this offer. Like, they're not playing. This money that you're asking for, we're not giving it to you. Like, now, what they're doing, what the Nets is doing, renouncing, I think it's smart because that money can now be used for Cam Thomas. But, I mean, what other moves are you going to make before signing Cam Thomas? Like, I don't see why, like, what other moves do you have in mind besides not signing Cam Thomas? Like, are you trying to get another player? You already got Terrence Mann here. Is Mann going to be part of the rotation, or is he coming off the bench? Like, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be figured out. I feel in terms of the rotation. Once you sign Cam Thomas back, like, obviously he'll be the starting two guard. But
one thing that helps Cam is what's his name getting the tendinopathy, the jumper's knee. Drake Powell not playing definitely helps Cam Thomas.
Right, they got a need for him immediately.
I think they say he's gonna be ready by regular season.
Yeah, he'll be. I mean, when I looked
yeah,
up
but you can't give him heavy
they said,
minutes if he just come off surgery.
Yeah, they
Oh
said
yeah,
a
he gonna be in Long
tendinopathy.
Island.
They said it's just like for him. They said in the knee. They said it's just like jumper's knee. So they said the best thing to do for that is just have like 4 weeks of rest. That's all.
But
Oh,
LBO,
no surgery.
they
All right.
said he had that. They said he had that before the draft. Apparently, like it was already there before the draft. But my thing is, if that is the case and that's true, that nigga posted a 43-inch vertical and had the highest vert in the combine with a knee injury
Yeah,
or
While having
whatever he
jump
had.
issues.
it's pain. That's what it is. It's pain. But that didn't mean he didn't work through it to get drafted.
Still to jump 43 inches, yo,
43
that's
inches dealing with that is insane, bro. And if they saying it's not a drastic injury, like it's not something he'll be back probably by training camp or whatever. But
if he develops a midi, man, it's gonna take time. But if he could just pull up pop, if he could do that like at 48%, how do you stop this dude? I just
he
hope
has the
he
highest
stays that
upside of
streak.
the rookies, like the highest upside out of everybody we drafted.
Yeah.
Besides to me, Nolan Traore, because I
They
think Nolan could be the better point guard out of the two that we took in Yegor and Ben.
listen, don't let nobody lie to any of you. If you don't, you're gonna see what a player is in summer league. Think back to all the summer leagues that we've watched. They gave you hints of what they were gonna be. Cam Thomas, leading scorer all time of summer league. He did not disappoint when he started getting minutes in the pros. That's what he is. So I'm telling you, you're gonna see the Nets players jump off the screen from game one. I'm not talking about 30, but I'm talking about like 16, 18,
Mm-hmm.
12
Yeah.
games like that. You know,
I feel like I want out of this summer league, I want to see Yegor be more aggressive. I think that's one thing I'm looking for. Like
Pod,
if
I
he
don't
can get
know about
more
that though.
aggressive and not saying chuck up every shot. I'm just saying if he can just get more aggressive on his scoring aspect. Like that's something I want to see in terms of the
all of
finishing.
them are too much of a nice guys. All of them need a mean streak. If you watched the way Indiana, Houston, OKC plays, they play angry. And if you want to play defense like that night in, night out, you can't just be on some like, hey guys, how's everything going? Like he just, I don't know, man. At the press conference, he looked just a little too friendly. Like if I was him, I would have been like, I don't know how I got picked where I got picked. 22nd, that's where I got picked. Yeah, I'm about to shit on all of y'all in practice. And then if they send me to the G League, I'm gonna shit on all of them. And then when I get to the league, none of y'all gonna stop me. That's the type of shit they should be going through their mind, and I didn't see that.
A
I didn't
lot of
see that.
Nets fans wanted Casper's too. So to see Casper is like
Oh
performing like
hell
this.
no.
Not saying it's gonna
What
be
did
his
I?
entire career,
Hey,
but
hey, LM, what I've been saying about Casper's boy?
Casper's can play trash.
Cash is trash,
that nigga
bro.
been training
Did I?
horrible,
Did
bro.
not?
Ain't he
Hey,
shooting 8% from
not
the
yo, LM. Yo, LM. Think about how often those boys come arguing with me on the timeline. I'm like, yo, listen,
niggas wanted
Casper's
Casper's on the
can't.
team. I remember those spaces. Niggas
Yo,
definitely wanted Casper's drafted here.
yo, I was like, yo, Casper's can't turn the corner. He doesn't have the foot speed to do it. It's just not there. And
Sure.
they was like, no, you don't know, Pod. Yes, I
You
do.
know what? You know what? I think that they think having seen what's his name, Bucelas, they just look
Buzelis
at him as they look at him as, oh, he's gonna be like that. And it's like, no, they're two different guys.
completely. And
They're
Buzelis
very
is
different. Don't think just because they're both white and and they're around the same height, they're not. they not the same guy.
Nothing alike.
Definitely
Buzelis is one
not.
of the guys I'm mad that Sean Marks didn't sneak into the draft and get in 2024 and get. Now it's like that's like people think I'm beefing and being irrational. Think about what he did. He didn't trade into the 2024 draft. He just walked away with nothing. He knows he's rebuilding. He knows he has his picks back and he's rebuilding. Mikhail is no longer here. He doesn't trade into the 2024 draft, right? So that's telling you, oh shit, he must have something crazy for DFS. He must have some first. Remember we used to talk about Schroeder getting a first for Schroeder, and some people was
Yeah.
like,
Yo, yeah, man, Schroeder then traded all over the place, and us getting first again. I don't know. I think if the Nets are successful with getting these first round draft picks playing well this season, it might be a thing where players don't trade up and they just get all of these first round picks. But this going to say a lot either way, whether they're successful or not, which way the NBA goes. I think it does play a part though, because it's never been done. You know what I mean? But they say if you want to get somewhere you never been, you got to do something you never done. So, I'm just trying to be big optimism. You know how I do.
has the youngest team in the NBA won the championship before? Is that
Yeah, once.
I think once.
When Dr. J and them got upset by Bill Walton. They're the youngest team to ever win a championship, the Portland Trailblazers.
If I'm not mistaken, though, the Nets, we should be the youngest team in the NBA. As of right now, if I'm not
gotta
mistaken.
be.
I think we're the youngest team in the NBA. But I think that's including San Antonio, that's including OKC, and that's including I think Portland probably. I don't know, but we're definitely the youngest team in the NBA. If we're not the youngest team in the NBA next year, I don't know how.
Yeah, we gotta be.
Our team is mostly made up of 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and I think the oldest person on this team now is Claxton.
Right.
It's not Terrence Mann.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Terrence Mann.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
probably Terrence Mann. Yeah. So
and
Terrence Mann,
28.
Claxton, and I think Michael Porter Jr.
27.
27. Yeah, I think they're the oldest. Those three are the oldest, but everybody else is like 23 or lower.
Hold on, y'all. I want to say real quick again, just a quick commercial for my guy, this is JTV. He got a show. It's happening in Myrtle and Vanderbilt tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Him and
That's
D-Rock
the
Obama.
hood. I'm not gonna be here. Shit, I would have went. That's Fort Greene, but that's up the block for me.
Oh wow, I know you was over there. Yeah, I'm gonna be over there probably tomorrow. Today.
Damn, I'll be in Vegas.
Yeah, yo, man, tap in, man. I'm definitely going to recap the game tomorrow. Today. I keep saying tomorrow. Today,
I will look for you because there's like the whole thing with summer league. It's a lot of waiting. Like they'll start letting people in at 12:30. They're not gonna play ball till 3:00, and then by then there's another game across the hall, and there's another game over here. It's
how many times you been to the summer league?
This is gonna be my third.
That's tough.
And it's hot as hell out there, right?
Hells yeah, you don't go outside. Yo, it's 115 today.
Crazy.
Hold on. I'm about to wrap up. I want to say thank you to LBL for life. Still in. What did it say?
Still in Texas. I'm in Texas right now.
Oh, what's going on in Texas, man? You good?
No, just family stuff. I'm gonna be back Saturday.
I think Leaf just moved to Texas. Yesterday?
Today,
yeah, officially in Texas. Niggas moving out of New York, man. I feel it.
Yo,
Oh man.
shout to Money Mike, shout to BB Craze PH, shout to Star Traffic GDJ, shout to Easy, shout to everybody in the chat too, shout to Eric McLaurin. There's some new people, you know what I'm saying, new fans in the chat. So I just want to say thank you for the new subscriptions. And if you didn't subscribe to the page, man. We're gonna be back with more content, you know what I'm saying? Probably later today. You know, again, man, shout to Brooklyn LM, shout to Jamal, shout to PT, shout to Python, shout to I said Brooklyn LM, shout to Iceman, the Eskimo. You can find his content on X,
TikTok.
same handle everywhere. Yeah, TikTok, right? TikTok, X,
Yeah.
YouTube, Twitch. Talk to him, Ice.
Yeah, just follow me on TikTok. That's where it's popping at. You know what I mean? Everything on TikTok right now.
Hey, yo, there's an ill comment that I want to point out. Homeboy said, we lost Leaf. This shit not sitting right.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, yo, hold on. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I don't think Leaf could sit in that little town and not podcast with us just because he got it with his woman. Yo, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I think he's somewhere watching. I think he laid up, booed up, LMA booed up with, you know what I mean? And I think, of course, the first night he get there, he's not gonna be on live with us, bro. He gotta attend to business.
Yeah.
He just, you know what I'm saying? He just got.
What if we don't hear from Leaf until next year lottery?
Yo.
That shit would be crazy.
Yo, no, easy. I don't believe it, bro. He say he moving to Texas, bro. He say he gonna be doing Brooklyn Nets content. It's no way.
Hey, the
I don't believe he
Comcast
gonna
man
stop
ain't
doing
been
content.
by
I
the
don't believe
crib
that.
yet. That's the reason why he ain't on with us right now.
He got set up the Wi-Fi. He got, you know what I'm saying, all that.
Yeah, once the router
They probably
get installed,
celebrated him like soon as he came there. They like, yo, what's up? He not gonna say, yo, I'm gonna get on a podcast with the guys. He gonna be like, yo, I'm happy to be here. You know. He gonna
and you know, Leaf is the shit of the town. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't go to no big city. He went to like some, you know, low.
He's a jolly good fellow. Soon as he come in the spot, he's a jolly good fellow. They love Leaf in there, man. He's a jolly good fellow, man.
I hope he put some people on to be Net fans in Texas.
I think they changed.
You from New York City?
I think they
Don't
changed the name
forget.
of this. Leaf a jolly good fellow, man.
Don't forget Gary. Gary's in Texas.
Him too.
Gary in Texas too, yeah.
They not.
Texas
I don't think.
is a big
I think they
state.
both close to San Antonio, like outside.
Gary.
I think Lee said San
Dallas.
Antonio is like 4 hours from him or some shit.
Oh no, then
we was just trying to make sure Leaf was safe, man. We went and seen that the population of black people is 151 people, man.
What?
Yeah, he close to New Mexico. He closer to New Mexico.
Yo, we had to make sure we had we had to make sure he wasn't no sundown town. Like we should have 151 people.
Yo, if it's not a sundown town, it was.
Bruh, it's
151 black people.
That's it, bro. It's like all the black people know not to move there, I guess. I'm joking.
Yo, was it Jay that said it yesterday? That shit had me weak. Like we was looking at where he was moving at. I think it was Jay that said it looked like, yo, that shit looked like where they filmed Sinners at. Yo, I was in tears, son.
Nah, seriously.
That nigga is in Lovecraft country.
Yo, Leaf, you could create a burner account and give us the secrets matches to let us know you safe. You know what I'm saying? You create a burner account, you know what I mean? And then holla at us, let us
Leaf
know
lit. He in the state. They got Cooper Flag. They got KD just pulled up to Houston.
Bro, it's his hood though, bro. It's not like he moved to Houston. It's not like he moved to Dallas. Bro, he moved somewhere named Snyder, and we went and looked it up because why not? You know what I mean? And
I had the chainsaws.
It was 11,000 people. It was 5,000 Asian people. No, 5,000 Spanish people, 5,000 white people, and 151 black people.
That don't
Like,
sound good.
Yeah, that don't sound good. I ain't gonna.
and yo, and seriously, not to say it like that, but Leaf is a real black person. He not like you know what I mean? He grew up around us. He's from the hood and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, his whole protocols have to change, man. They will listen. It's not just the police will clap you; the people will clap you. He's like, yo, I had to stand my ground. He started talking loud. He started talking
Yeah.
loud. Yo, it's not a game, yo. He gotta move with different rules in them type of places, yo.
but what if they change Leaf and he become a pastor?
Hey, yo.
He already got
151 people. He's gonna have to be the only church in town.
Yo, Leaf come on this podcast and don't yell for like a month. I'm gonna be like, nah, you changed. Like something happened to you.
Man. Yeah, what happened? Tell us what happened, man.
TD Leaf. TD
Something
Leaf.
got him tranked.
Nah, I really think that he should let us know that he's safe. You know what I'm saying? He should let us know that he good. You know what I mean? Like the first night, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The second night, you know, fiesta. You know what I'm saying? But tomorrow tonight is summer league. He said he was going to do. That's my thing. Even if he don't pop up on the panel with us, he said he was going to do content. So
I can see.
I'm gonna be looking. I'm subscribed to his page.
You saw that comment?
I can see him getting mad that his cable not connected. He's like, yo, babe, these motherfuckers know I gotta watch Summer League. I told you that when we was coming down here.
Right,
Summer League is starting on the 10th.
Bro,
I told y'all that I had to watch it, and then these Comcast motherfuckers is bullshit.
JDJ just put in the chat, got an Ace Bailey your way out of that one. Yo, I'm freaking crying. I mean, at least you're not in
this
Utah.
show got under control, man.
Yo,
I'd rather be in Texas than Utah.
Listen, I don't wanna project my fears onto Leaf, but a person like me, I'm aware. I hear things. And that sundown towns are real. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, like 151 people don't make a black man feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen anywhere. But in New York City,
he's straight regular black people.
That shit sound like a Get Out situation, yo.
That's what I'm saying is you can relate to this dude. You see this dude at the domino table,
he's like a Will Smith type of black person. That's the kind of shit you get.
Like Leaf is at the domino table, the spade table. He's somewhere, you know what I'm saying, laughing loud, talking loud.
Yeah.
If he come back button with the top button on the you know what I mean, collar to the top button and speaking formal.
Yo,
talking about Zach.
I'm gonna be tight. Easy E said, got my boy Cole switching
for survival, nigga. 151 people.
151 people, bro.
I had more black people at my wedding.
Yo.
Yo, that's
nasty work, bro.
Yeah,
we wish you safety, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
really. We definitely wish you safety.
Yo,
I'm out of here in 18 minutes.
Yo, is his closest team where he's at? Was he saying his closest team was going to be the Thunder? Is he in that part of Texas where it's actually like OKC is closer? Yeah.
I think that's what he said.
He got one, bro. It's one liquor store, it's one Chinese restaurant, it's one grocery store.
Yo.
Hold on. You know what? Because Jay was doing this yesterday. I could further it.
Nah, we looked it up. He got a CVS next to him. He got some stuff over there.
Yeah, but we gotta see what we gotta warn them. Let's go look at the reviews of the supermarket to let them know how he
Yes,
should. You
sir.
know what I mean?
Yeah, what you
Go
say,
about
Hey,
Daisy?
Jay is
go
our
about the
people. We
day.
gotta let him know that if shit go down, we will go back down there and get him.
Yeah, it's like
He
he said.
not the first. He not the
He,
first dude that got lost down south, and from New York that got lost down south. That had to have responsible friends go get him. Hey, that's our boy now. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta go get him if worst come to worst. But blessings. I hope it works out and everything is
Yeah.
great.
Drink some 151 with the 151.
we were saying the grocery store, all them stores is one stop light away, bro, and they got ride bicycles. You know what I mean? They got ride bikes out there.
Yo, that's a
You ain't
town
got
that
no delis.
you know when they get a new black person, they know it.
Right.
Right.
So
He
like
out there. He out there
Ermeline. Let me
changing the
tell you, I
census.
saw a big old new Negro at the Piggly Wiggly. I can't believe it. Hey, tell that nigga to stay on his P's and Q's, man.
Word, Snyder, Texas, man. I'm looking at it.
Changing the census.
They got a hold on, Leaf. If you listening to this,
152
they got a
is crazy.
Word.
152. Yo, that's
Wait till he finds the slave graveyard.
Yo, that's
I
wild.
bet you there's more than 152 people in that motherfucker.
The underground city.
You just take people word. I never asked him where he met this girl. Like I did ask him I asked him where he's like, how did you spend time out there before? And he said, yeah. So I think that was more important to ask. Like, I don't want to get in his business and all of that. Like, we on live. It's not like I'm asking him on the phone. It's just us and not like that. So I'm not taking it there. I'm just saying I'd never heard of Snyder, Texas. And then when I looked it up, it only had 151 black. And all my life, I live around black people. I live around white people too. But I just think that I benefit living in the tri-state area where it's all these different ethnicities. So I never been in a place where it was like, imagine the difference in ratio. If it's 151 black people to the ratio of Spanish people, which is 5,000, that means it's per one black person, there's about 117 Spanish people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and same thing with the white population, bro. That's just a big.
But you know what?
Yo, your mic
I think it
mic
was like
crazy.
11,000.
You sound like you kissing the mic. Pause.
But you know what?
Tony Tom, I read your comment, Tony Tom.
I stayed in Texas for 3 years, and I taught down there. But and after teaching in New York, and you know what was crazy was I was in the suburb. I was in Missouri City, right? And that's a suburb of Houston. But I didn't teach my first white kid, like after teaching 5 years in New York City. I didn't teach my first white kid till I got down to Texas, because they were way more integrated than New York is.
Okay.
So that's what's crazy. They had everybody, Mexicans and blacks and white people, they all lived in the same environment and everything.
Okay.
So that because I was telling them, I'm like, man, I ain't never had no white kids before, teaching in South Jamaica, So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's funny because that kind of throws you off. Like, man, you go to the Walmart and everybody in the town is there,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm actually just hearing about it. I'm interested to know what Leaf experience is out there. I wouldn't mind if he did a podcast about living out there. Like, yo, it should call that shit 151.
That would be fascinating.
Like, call it 151. You know what I mean?
They take their sports really seriously.
151
Probably
plus
151.
one.
Probably 100. Probably 149 of the 151 is on all their sports teams.
Likely.
Yeah, right. And my thing is, I like New York. I like the tri-state area because of that. I like the tri-state area because of all the different ethnicities. One, because of the food. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I ain't gonna lie, Leaf, he gonna be around a lot of Spanish food, bro. I eat Spanish food. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
No,
I
he's
eat
got a lot of Mexican food in his future.
tacos,
Nigga, he is in the butt fuck
burritos,
of nowhere, bro.
enchiladas. I eat all of that. I eat all of that, bro. I'm telling
It's
you,
gonna
man.
fuck his head up when he sees beans with eggs all the time.
Yo, beans is good, man. If y'all don't got beans in your diet, man, you're doing something wrong, man.
Nah, I love
My
beans.
nigga.
I'm West Indian. I'm beans all day, but I don't need it in my eggs.
He don't got no deli. He don't got no food
Hold on,
bazaar. He
Paul. You
don't got
West Indian,
nothing.
Paul?
He don't got no key food over there. Like
Yo,
I
you
don't
know
know
what
how he
they
doing.
had? You know what they had down the street from me for a while? That same place on King of the Hill. Whatever, you know, and they, food, whatever. I forgot what they call it, but it was on. I was like, oh shit, this shit is real.
Yeah, no, that show is about where my wife graduated from high school, Round Rock, Texas.
Pod. Question: what's your
Yeah.
background, Brody? What's your background?
What you mean, my where my people from?
Yeah.
I'm Haitian.
Oh, okay. See, I'm
I'm Haitian.
Asian, not Haitian, but you know what I'm saying? That's my background.
Yeah, we the same.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
We the same.
Yo, while we here, man, before you leave, PT, because I'm rocking with you, bro. I'm gonna end the show when you come off the live. This 3 hours plus. I definitely run a real interview with PT because he said he got a book. I anticipated before it came out, and I know that was sometime earlier this year. I would say maybe February around that time.
Yeah. Nah, my book is out. It's doing well. It's doing better than I thought it would do. And I have a whole entire other social media life that is dedicated to finding solutions and giving Black people options to just staying here in the United States and being second class citizens. Uh, I don't do things that's not natural to me. I'm a software engineer, and more importantly, I'm in the engineering part. My role is in data driven product management. So I do what's called system design. I use system design to write this book, to have a perspective for creating a African homeland. Like, how would it work? How would it function? What would it be as economics? What would the currency have to be? And all of the answers don't come from my heart. They come from 500 years of history and data that came from it. So think about looking at every mistake that ever was made and understanding why you would be just repeating those mistakes if you pursued the same things. And
Right, but let me add to that because my thing is, and I know, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. It's gonna be a short soliloquy because my thing is, what Umar Johnson is trying to do, is that actually feasible where you're teaching political science from his perspective to our youth? Because it sounds like not necessarily you're a fan of him, but you in that field where you can make an impact, a real serious impact, somewhere along those lines.
no, man, this it's so crazy. Like, everything that Umar says, whether good or bad or indifferent, he's repeating Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson, when you read him, it's like you could hear this disrespectful, angry, and frustrated Black man. He has a chapter in the miseducation of the Negro called the lack of vision, where he talks about how Black people's brains, or the way Black people were educated in America, it makes them not think of being international at all. It makes them think the end all be all is where they're standing, and they couldn't possibly progress beyond that. And so understanding that history and seeing that information 90 years later. That's how long ago Miseducation of the Negro was written. It's 90 years later.
It's
It's still the
it's
same.
almost 100 years now.
Yeah,
It's almost 100.
Right, but no, but what I'm saying is the whole thing about setting up a school structure where you teaching political science.
It should be basic. That should be basic education.
No, I agree with it, but what I'm saying is, he gets a lot of critique about not starting the school because the different reasons, and I mean, to an extent, you gotta imagine, the way things are, there are powers that be will make things difficult for him.
Umar is trying to do something that is not in his skill set. And like, I have a brownstone. My house was built in the 1890s. If all kinds of shit fucks up in this house because it's an old ass house. I'm dealing with the pipes and the shit. That doesn't mean I'm not a good software engineer. He's a good historian. He's a good spokesman for a lot of the conversation that he's has. But it's like he bit off more than he can chew in having to deal with all of the things that comes with forming a school.
So let me ask you this: if you get your book to Umar Johnson, what will happen?
He has my book. We've talked about it. Yeah.
Okay. This is someone you speak to already.
Yeah. No. I sent him the book. He reached back out to me after he read it, and he said he thought it was genius. He thought this is what we should be thinking about more. And I don't push the issue. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a salesperson like that. But what I'm trying to do is just plant the seed of the ideas in the minds of the people that have voices and have platforms, and just it's been out 6 months.
Yeah, I definitely want to tap in, man. I need that interview, man, so we could get more insight on the book, and also, hopefully you could have people tap in and actually buy the book, not just for the profit side of it, but again to the message that you're trying to convey. If I could be a platform to help that, you know what I'm saying, I want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do that.
Well, I appreciate you, Bree.
Word, man.
For sure.
All right. But yeah, man.
I have to go now.
Holla at us for the summer league jump, man.
Yeah, I will.
Right.
I will for sure. I'm going from the airport to getting some food, and then after we eat, I'm going straight to the building. I'm about to be doused in basketball. So
all right. So safe travels, man. Safe travels.
All right, family. Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace. Word. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm about to wrap it up. I was waiting for PT because he said he's going to the summer league. Shout out to Jamal for joining the panel for the first time, or maybe the second time. I don't know. Shout out to PT, LBL for life. Shout out to Iceman and the Eskimo. Shout out to Brooklyn LM. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nets fans. We the best fans. Shout out to Leaf, man. What's up with you, man? We you know what I'm saying? Try to see what's going on. We wondering what's going on with you, man. So holla at us.
Yo, and good luck on Jay's show, man. Sorry, I'm out of town. But good luck with that.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay for being able to perform the show. PT, LBL, supporters that can't make the show. Hope you have a great show. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody in the chat. Y'all already know what it is, man. Nets fans is the best fans. Thank y'all for tuning in. And have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Peace.